Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Once again, it's my pleasure to tantalize you with a mystery. And not a whodunit, but a, so to speak, why-done-it. Frankly, I much prefer the why to the whodunits, because they're just so darn difficult to solve, if you manage to solve them at all. For example, why... But no. Let Rose Corbin, our heroine, ask the question.
But why, Hank? Why would anyone commit murder because of this coat?
I don't get it either, Rose.
It's just a plain, ordinary imitation leopard skin coat. We know that.
Well, do we?
What do you mean?
I mean, this coat has been the cause of more than one murder and attempted murders. It may look plain and ordinary, but, Rose, it can't be. Someone wants this coat. Wants it badly enough to kill for it. And, Rose, do me a favor, will you?
What favor, Hank?
Stop wearing it.
Our mystery drama, Roses Are for Funerals, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by George Lothar and stars Carol Shelley. Well, now, I'm not going to make the mistake the famous mystery writer E. Phillips Oppenheim once made and bet that you can't solve this mystery. You know what happened to him. You don't? Well, he bet his readers a large sum of money that they couldn't solve the mystery. And many of them did. So, no bets. Tell you what I will do, though. I'll play fair, as always, and make sure you have all the clues I have. Every single one. I'll even tell you when you've got all the pieces you need to put the puzzle together. And nothing can be fairer than that, right? Okay, then. Let's start at Kennedy International Airport, in a passenger lounge where a very attractive young lady named Rose Corbin sits patiently waiting for her cousin, Hank North.
Pardon, mademoiselle.
Yes?
Please, may I introduce myself? My name is Simon Lavaux.
Yes?
Please, I must talk quickly, very fast, because my flight has already been announced for Paris.
What is it you want?
You will think it is such a foolishness, mademoiselle, but I wish to buy your coat.
You wish to buy my coat, this coat I'm wearing?
Yes, please. It's a strange thing to ask, I know.
It's a very strange thing to ask, especially when you're wearing the same kind of coat.
Oh, no, it's not the same.
Well, yours is real leopard skin, of course, while mine is only imitation, and a different style, too, but...
Please, let me explain, and then I know you will agree to my very strange request.
You can explain, but I'm not selling you this coat.
Please, mademoiselle, the problem is my sister. She's my twin sister in Paris. Vous savez, elle est très pauvre. She's very poor, and she's married to a man who does not make much money.
I'm sorry about that.
Please, je vous en prie, please listen. When we were children, my sister and I always wore identical clothes. Dresses, coats, hats, everything was the same. And so today, when I buy something, well, like this coat I am wearing, which I bought here in the city, I always buy for her a duplicate.
Well, it's very thoughtful,
yes,
very kind.
Yes, but you see, I'm very selfish. When I see this coat, I want it. Oh, I want it so much. And so I said to the salesperson, I will take this and another one just like it. Of course, for my sister, you understand. But mademoiselle, there is not another one like it. So please, quickly now, eh? I have only a few minutes before my flight, and combien ça coûte, eh? How much did you pay for it? How much do you wish for it?
I'm sorry, but I just don't want to sell my coat.
$100, huh? After all, it's only imitation leopard.
Look here, even if you offered me 200,
500, mademoiselle.
No.
Please try to understand. I must have it. $1,000, $1,000.
For an imitation leopard skin
Please,
coat.
mademoiselle, my sister.
Well, if you're so concerned over your sister having a coat like yours, buy her one when you get to Paris.
It will be too late, mademoiselle. She's meeting me at the airport, and she will say, where is my coat? And I shall have to...
I'm sorry. I'm really very sorry, but...
Please, here, $1,000, and I take the coat.
What are you doing? Take your hands off. Please, will you? Don't you look, you tore it. You ripped the lapel.
Hey, cool it.
Go away!
Yes, I'll be happy to if one of you isn't Rose Corbin.
Oh, that's me. Are you Hank? Hank?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I was pretty sure you were Rose. You're wearing that rose in your coat lapel. What is all of this?
Well, this woman insists that I sell her my coat.
But they have offered her $1,000.
Yes, but if my cousin doesn't want to sell, you don't want to, do you, Rose?
No.
Well,
But I do not have time to argue. I shall miss my flight. Please, please, I beg of you, sell it to me.
look, I'd better find a cop.
No, don't do that, please.
Well, then you must be on your way.
Please, the coat, I must have it.
Okay, there's a cop over there. I'll just go and...
No, please, I'm going. I'm going. Je m'en vais.
Oh, thank you, Hank. I'm so glad you came along when you did.
She gave you a hard time, huh?
Well, she tried to tear the coat off me, even ripped my lapel.
She put a kind of crimp in your rose, too. Broke the stem.
I might as well throw that away. Now it's served its purpose.
Well, there's no need for that. Look, I think I can repin it.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Say, it's still pretty fresh. In fact, it's very fresh. After an 8-hour trip from London.
I didn't get it in London. I got it here at the airport florist when I landed. When I told you I'd be wearing a rose so that you'd recognize me, well, I decided if the girl looked wilted, at least the rose didn't have to.
Well, there you are. Good as new.
Oh, thank you.
Except for your torn lapel. Mother will take care of that. Okay. I've got your bag, so let's go. Fun City awaits you, Cousin Rose.
Hank? She seems to be awaiting me, too.
What?
Oh, the French girl, see? She still hasn't gone through the flight gate. She's standing there looking at us as if she was still hoping to buy this coat.
Forget her. The world is full of nuts. Let's go.
Well, yes, we have bridges in London, but nothing like this, Hank. The Triborough, you said?
Yep. Look over there. How's that for your first sight of New York City?
Oh, it's sensational.
It's too bad you didn't arrive at night. That skyline all lit up. It's out of sight.
I'm sure it is. Oh, Hank, I'm so grateful to you and Aunt Ruth, letting me stay with you on my first trip to the States.
Letting you stay? They're happy to have you. In fact, now that I see you, I'm delighted to have you. And very glad we're cousins twice removed.
Why?
Well, it makes us kissing cousins.
I hope you're right. About being second cousins, I mean. Personally, I can't figure it out. Maybe you, with that lawyer's brain of yours.
Hey, what in...
What is it? What's wrong?
That car next to us. Hey, watch it! Hey, man, you're too darn close!
Oh, good heavens, they certainly are.
Crazy fools! What are you doing? Get over!
We'll have an accident.
Well, we sure will if they do... Well, they got the idea. They're pulling ahead, thank heaven.
Pulling ahead, but right in front of us.
Now, what in
Hank, look out, they've stopped. Oh!
Rose! Rose, are you okay?
I don't know,
Hey, here, what do you think you're doing? You!
Quick!
Me?
Yes, you. Give me that. Oh, never mind. I'll take it.
Hey, take your hands off her! What kind of a nut are you? Let her alone!
Coat, he's trying to take my coat.
Get your hands off her, I said. All right!
Hank, you've knocked him out.
No, he's getting up. Come back here, you dirty creep.
Hank, don't go after him. He could be armed. You could be hurt.
He's getting back in his car. Get the license number.
All right.
Quick, Rose, the glove compartment, pad and a pencil.
Right.
Jot the number down. Quick! He's burning rubber to get away fast. They tried to kill us, Mother. They did. I know they did.
And he, the man who jumped from their car and ran back to ours, he wanted my coat as badly as that woman at the airport.
It's unbelievable. It's altogether unbelievable.
It's incredible. That's what it is.
Now, just a minute. You say she was willing to pay $1,000 for it.
For imitation leopard skin.
But she wanted it and had to have it for her twin sister?
Yeah, well, I don't buy that, Mother. This second attempt to get a hold of the coat. I mean, by a guy who was ready to kill us in an accident if it turned out that way. No. There's something about that coat. Something somebody wants.
Yes, but what could anyone want with an imitation leopard skin coat? Where'd you buy it, Rose?
Harrods in London.
I wish I knew how to straighten out the mystery of Rose's coat.
Oh, dear. You don't straighten out a mystery. You solve it. And I ought to know. I've read hundreds of them every year. Solve most of them, too.
We'll try solving this one then, Aunt Ruth.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've been thinking, and I may have the answer.
You have?
Just may have. Would you bring me the coat, dear?
Of course. I won't be a minute.
What do you think of her, Mother?
Oh, she's beautiful, and she's just so charming, so poised. She may not have much money, son, but she does know how to wear clothes.
And with a figure like that, the clothes wear her.
Well, I don't mind saying she's exactly the sort of girl I hoped you'd marry one day.
Yeah, well, in that case, I'm glad she came over. I'm glad you invited her.
Oh, that's why I invited her.
Here it is, Aunt Ruth.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this rose you wore is wilted, poor thing.
Small wonder. It's really taken a battering. I suppose it just decided to give up.
Mother, what are you doing?
Now you know my methods, Watson. Apply them. I'm examining the lining.
The lining?
Well, I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me if something were hidden in this lining.
Well, what, for goodness sake?
Well, let me see. Certainly not jewels, or I'd be able to feel them.
You're going over that lining like an expert, Mother.
Well, that's what comes of being a mystery story addict. Oh, wait. Not heroin either.
Heroin?
Oh, it's been done. Well, not anymore, though. The customs people were onto that, ages ago.
I'll go.
Now, if heroin were concealed in the lining, I'd be able to feel the crinkly little glassine envelopes.
Oh.
What? There's nothing hidden in the lining. Nothing I can see, anyway. Oh, was it paper delivery, dear?
Yeah.
Now, why are you looking at the front page? It's as if you've just been shocked out of a year's growth.
Because it could be I just have been.
Hank?
Listen to this. Headline reads, Woman murdered on Paris-bound plane.
What?
A woman identified as Simone Laveau of Paris, France.
That's her. That's the woman who wanted to buy my coat.
I know. Just listen now. Was found dead in her seat aboard Flight 219 for Paris late this afternoon. An hour after takeoff, a hostess, Andrea Klein, noticed that Miss Laveau was slumped in her seat and thought she was asleep. She secured a cushion to place behind the young woman's head, and on doing so, discovered she was dead.
Oh, no.
Further examination disclosed a deep knife wound in her left side. Since the flight was only an hour out from New York City, Hostess Klein recalls that a man was seated next to her just before takeoff, was nowhere to be found on board following the discovery of the murder.
What does this mean, Hank?
I'll tell you one thing it means, Mother. I'm going to police headquarters right now, and I'm taking that coat with me.
Yes, but Hank...
Rose, a woman who was willing to pay $1,000 for this piece of imitation leopard skin, was murdered an hour or so later. Why? A man neither of us ever saw before nearly killed us in a crash on the Triborough so he could get this coat off you. Why? Well, we better find out why, because...
Yes, because...
I could be wrong. I hope I am. But this coat, it could be a death warrant, Rose.
Whose?
Yours.
Now, of course, you're thinking, so Ruth North, Hank's mother, examined the lining of that coat and found nothing. So what? Obviously, the coat contains something. Maybe it does, then again, maybe it doesn't. In fact, to be absolutely truthful with you, no. Why should I be? You have all the clues. Use them. I'll be back shortly for Act 2. I'm sure most of you will recall the famous incident when Sherlock Holmes said to Dr. Watson, "Consider, Watson, the curious behavior of the dog." And Watson said, "But Holmes, the dog did nothing." "Precisely, Watson," Holmes answered. "Precisely." Now that, my dear listeners, is precisely the sort of clue you now have in your possession, and like Watson, must figure out for yourselves. I can almost hear Holmes saying, "But consider the coat, Watson, the imitation leopard skin coat." And Watson answering, "But the coat is valueless, Holmes." And Holmes nodding wisely as he replies, "Precisely, Watson, Precisely. Now, shall we go on?
Joe. Hello. Contact ballistics. I'm fabrics. They're bullets. And that's what you want to know about. Joe, listen. Granted, I have what you call a special flair for forensic, but... Okay. I'll look into it. Yeah. Leave it to me, Joe. Bye. Lieutenant Maxwell. Show him in. Come in, Mr. North, Miss Corbin.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Sit down, please. Coffee?
No thanks. Rose?
No, thank you.
Well, here's your coat, Miss Corbin. We found nothing. Not a thing.
Nothing?
I'll level with you, Mr. North. When you brought this coat in the other night, I figured, well, there's something, and I'll find it. Like there had to be something. You know what I mean? I mean, who offers 1,000 clams for an imitation leopard skin coat, then gets himself murdered an hour later? Who crashes his car against another guy's car on the Triborough yet and tries to grab the coat off a dame? Who? Somebody that wants something in that coat. That's who.
Yes, but you found nothing.
I have personally put this coat through every test we know. Every inch of it has been examined under the microscope, the X-ray, the fluoroscope. We took the lining apart.
Oh.
And don't worry, we put it back together again better than before.
It's beautiful.
And, full the blank.
Well, I don't get it, Lieutenant. I mean, if it was just that woman willing to pay $1,000 for this coat, but a guy crashing his car into mine on the bridge and then trying to rip that coat off Rose, Miss Corbin. Lieutenant, there's got to be something about this coat.
Well, I felt the same way myself, Mr. North, but there's nothing. No invisible markings, nothing hidden in the seams, nothing between the layers of the fabric and the collar, nothing. So to be honest with you, I don't get it either.
Excuse me, could I ask a question?
Certainly.
What about the woman, Simone Laveau? Have you found out why she was murdered?
No, I checked a couple of times with homicide. Last time, 20 minutes ago. We got nothing here on her. Us, the FBI, the T-boys. Right now we're checking the CIA and Interpol. They could maybe have something, but it'll take a little time.
Well, thanks, Lieutenant. You'll let us know if anything turns up?
You'd better believe it, Mr. North.
Well, so much for the coat, Rose. That's that, I guess. What would you like to do?
Oh, don't you have to get back to your office?
Yeah, well, not until late this afternoon. I scheduled my day so I could spend most of it with you. Say, I know. How about the Museum of Art? We could spend a few hours there. Even have lunch, if you'd like that.
Oh, how wonderful, Hank. Only I don't like the idea of having to carry this coat around all day.
Well, you won't have to. I mean, we'll check it at the museum. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, taxi! Taxi! Enjoy your sandwich, Rose?
Oh, yes, only I'm so full. You Americans make much bigger sandwiches than we do in Britain.
It's the American way. Everything on a big scale.
Ah.
Well, you feel up to looking at some more paintings?
Hank, would you mind? I really don't. 2 hours walking around those galleries upstairs.
Oh, sure. You're tired. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll drop you off at home and then head downtown to my office.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Oh, to be honest, Rose, I do. I mean, I want to spend as much time with you as I can. You want to stop and look at the Greek and Roman sarcophaguses? Sarcophagi? Tombs?
No, I've seen enough. Let's just get my coat from the check room and go home, where I can rest these aching feet.
Whatever you say, Cousin Rose. Hey, there's something going on over there.
I should say so. There's a big crowd around the check room. Police. Hank, what do you suppose has happened?
I don't know. I'm going to have a rough time, though, getting through that crowd to reclaim your coat. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on over there?
There's been a murder, I think.
A murder?
Yeah, a robbery or a theft or whatever it's called. Anyway, somebody stole a coat.
A coat?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You don't happen to know what kind of coat?
Yeah, I think they said a leopard skin coat, somebody said. Imitation leopard.
Another cup, Rose?
Oh, thank you. I'm getting to like coffee.
Oh, or is that another way of saying you don't care for my tea?
Oh, no. No.
Tea or coffee, when you finish that, I think it'd be smart to stretch out for a while and have yourself a nap. I mean, you've had kind of a rough day.
Tiring anyhow.
Well, at least you're rid of that coat once and for all. Now, you don't have to worry about that anymore. But you don't, dear.
I don't. I just don't know. I'm not so sure.
What do you mean?
I have sort of... I don't know. A feeling that what happened at the museum today isn't the end of all this. For me, I mean.
Oh, now, it's nothing more than nerves, my dear. It's just nerves.
Perhaps, but I don't think so. Maybe it's the mystery of the thing. Not knowing why someone wanted that coat badly enough to kill for it. Murder for it. Looks like we'll never know now.
Well, look, it's over now, and we can forget it, as Mother says. And now, if you ladies will excuse me...
But where are you going?
To the office.
Oh, but this late in the afternoon, it's after 4.
And the brief I wanted to finish up at 3 is still waiting to be finished.
Now, Hank, you work too hard. Couldn't it wait until tomorrow? Don't forget there's the theater
Look,
tonight.
I'll be back at 6:30, the latest, so don't... I'll get it. Hello?
That you, Mr. North?
Yes. Lieutenant Maxwell?
Yeah, I tried you at your office. They said I might find you at home. You gonna be there another hour or so?
Well, if it's important...
I think it is. I've got the answer. Anyhow, I think I've got the answer to our little mystery. I want to come over and check it out.
Yeah, well, sure, but what is the answer?
One thing, Mr. North, we got a report from the Paris branch of Interpol on the Simone Laveau woman.
Yeah, what about her?
She was a foreign agent, one of the higher-ups in a spy ring.
A spy ring?
Ring?
Yeah, now, the way I figure it, she, Oh, wait just a minute. Yeah, what is it, Eddie?
Lieutenant Maxwell says Simone Laveau was a foreign agent, part of a spy ring.
Oh, good heavens.
Hello? Hello, Mr. North.
Yes, you, Lieutenant.
Listen, something's just come up here. I gotta hang up. But I'll be at your place in, say, half an hour.
Wait a minute. What's the answer to the mystery?
I'll see you in half an hour.
Lieutenant, don't leave us hanging like... Well, I'll be.
Well, what was all that about, Hank?
Well, Maxwell says he has the answer to the mystery, or he thinks he has. He'll be over here in half an hour to check it out.
What is the answer?
He didn't tell me. He got called away on something. He had to hang up. Well...
Who are you calling?
The office. That brief will have to wait until tomorrow now.
Well, where is he?
Well, give him time, Mother. Give him time.
But it's nearly 6 o'clock. He should have been here at least an hour ago, and we are going to the theater tonight, remember?
Yeah, well, we may have to skip that.
I'm so sorry, Aunt Ruth.
Oh, that's all right, my dear. It's not your fault.
Well, somehow I feel it is.
Rose, how could it possibly be your fault?
Well, I'm the one who bought that silly coat at Harrods, and if I hadn't bought it, none of this would have happened.
Not to you, perhaps, but certainly to someone else, if someone did buy it. Now, for all we know, if you hadn't bought it, it could still be hanging on the rack in London.
Yes, well, I wish it were. It isn't nerves, Aunt Ruth. It's knowing that because of that coat, 2 people were murdered. Hank and I came close to death in that car crash, and... Well, it's just too much.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Uh-oh.
Ah, this must be Lieutenant Maxwell. Okay, I'm coming. Lieutenant. You're... Lieutenant!
An ambulance.
Hank, what? Oh, my heavens, Hank, be quick. He's collapsing.
I've got him. Mother, call an ambulance.
An ambulance. Hank, is he hurt badly?
My back, my knife.
All right, let me get him onto the couch. Look, get his coat off.
All right.
And his shirt.
No, too late.
The name is North.
Finished.
Oh, that's what you think.
That's right.
Rose, the medicine cabinet in the bathroom.
Yes.
Bandages, iodine.
Yes, all right.
North. Listen.
Look, you better not talk. Just let me get these things off you so
The
I...
ambulance is on the way.
Oh,
Oh, my dear.
blood, I've never seen so much...
Listen.
Oh.
Yes, Lieutenant.
The guy that did this.
How did he do it?
Not much time. She...
Rose?
Life in danger.
Rose's life? In danger?
Yes. She...
Man's in agony.
Here are some bandages and some iodine.
Lieutenant!
Guy that did this must found out. I know. I know the answer to the code. Listen now.
Go on.
Only one that knows me. My office bugged. Got to be. Tell them. Headquarters. Tell them. Bugged.
Sure. Count on it. What is the answer, Lieutenant?
The code. Not.
Not? What do you mean, not? Not what? Lieutenant!
Is he...
Yes.
Oh, the poor man. Another death. Will we never see the end of this? Why are you looking at me like that? Hank, Aunt Ruth, what is it? Tell me.
He said, your life's in danger now.
Mine? Yes, dear. But it can't be. How can it be? I haven't got the coat anymore.
No, but...
But what? They've got the coat. They've got what they were after. Why would they kill me?
I don't know. But I better find out, honey. I damn well better find out.
He'd certainly better do just that, or Rose Corbin, the very attractive young woman Hank North has fallen in love with, may not live much longer. But how can he find out the answer to this baffling mystery? Where does one start? What does one do? Where would you start? What would you do? I'll be back shortly for Act 3. Well, now, let's see where we are. Rose Corbin arrived in the United States from London, England, wearing an imitation leopard skin coat. On her arrival, a woman named Simone Laveau tried to buy the coat, and when Rose refused to sell, tried to take it away from her. Later, Simone Laveau was murdered aboard the plane taking her to Paris. Since then, the coat seems to have triggered 2 more murders. That of a check room attendant at the Museum of Art, at which time the murderer made off with the coat, and, as we heard only minutes ago, that of Lieutenant Maxwell of the police.
All right, Rose, let's go over it and over it.
Hank, we've gone over it and over it.
I know, but Maxwell said your life is in danger now, and Rose, if anything happened to you, well, it isn't going to, not if I can help it. You bought the coat in Harrods the day before you took off to visit us here.
Yes.
And no one accosted you at Heathrow before you boarded the plane, or on the plane. Nobody even mentioned the coat.
No one.
But the minute you got off the plane at Kennedy International, this Simone Laveau...
Well, not the minute I got off the plane. First, I went to the florist to buy the flower, the rose I said I'd wear so you'd recognize me.
Yeah, but just after that...
She came up to me and asked to buy the coat and got very upset when I said I wouldn't sell it. I mean, practically began to tear it off me.
I just don't get it. We know there was nothing hidden in the coat. No invisible message, nothing. But we do know that Simone Laveau was a foreign agent. Now, there's just got to be some connection between the coat and her being a foreign agent. There's got to be.
Hank, dear, why don't we forget it till after we've had dinner? We're all so tired and upset.
Yeah, you're right. Go and get ready, and we'll take off for Antonelli's, huh?
I won't be long.
Right.
What? Who are you? What are you doing there?
Rose, what is it?
Hank! Hank?
What's the matter? What?
There's a man here in my room. He's just fled. He's gone out the window.
It's too dark to see. He's probably down the fire escape by now. What was he doing?
Well, see for yourself. I mean, look at the mess he made of my dressing table. He was going through the drawers.
And your jewel case.
Well, there's junk jewelry, most of it.
Oh, this is all we need right now. A sneak thief on top of everything else. Check your things.
All
See
right.
what he got away with, if anything. Look, I'll call the police.
And to what, Mr. North, do I owe this royal treatment?
Royal treatment?
Well, the call from your secretary saying to meet you at 5 o'clock at this swank watering hole, and then the arrival by messenger of this absolutely lovely little nosegay with instructions to wear it.
Well, you leave tomorrow for England, and there's something I want to say to you. Something important. That's why I wanted to meet you here, alone and without Mother this time. And, well, as for the little nosegay, it's just a little something to make the occasion.
Well, here I am, wearing my most attractive suit and the nosegay. So what do you want to say?
Good afternoon. May I take your order?
Martini, Rose? Rose?
What?
Martini?
Oh, yes.
2 martinis, waiter. Very dry.
Yes, sir. Would Madame like me to take her jacket?
Take my jacket?
It's a bit warm in here this afternoon, and I thought...
No, thank you. I'm quite comfortable.
Certainly, Madame. 2 martinis.
Well, now, Rose, what I wanted to say... Something wrong?
No. I was just wondering if I'd seen that waiter somewhere before.
Well, not likely. Well, now,
Yes. Well, now what?
Rose, we've only known each other for a few weeks, but in that short time, I've fallen in love with you, and I want you to marry me. Will you?
Of course.
Of course. Just like that?
What did you expect me to say? Oh, sir, this is so sudden.
No, but...
I'm in love with you too, Hank. Head over heels.
Oh, Rose. Well, I guess it's time then for me to give you this.
Oh, Hank. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, darling, that diamond must have cost a fortune.
You're worth a fortune. Hold out your hand. There.
Oh, thank you, dearest. Thank you so much.
Well, if that's only a sample, I've underrated you. You're worth a queen's ransom.
We are, sir. 2 martinis.
Thank you.
1 for Madame. Oh, Madame, I'm sorry.
You spilled it all over my
Oh,
jacket.
forgive me, Madame, forgive me. One of those things, it just slipped from my fingers, but allow me, I will take care of everything. Let me have the jacket, Madame, and I will dry it in the kitchen.
It's all right. I can wipe it with my napkin.
No, Madame, it is my fault. You must allow me
Please,
to...
will you take your hands off me? I said
But I insist,
All right,
Madame.
now, will you stop?
I only wish...
Well, the lady doesn't wish. Now, just forget it and bring another martini.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry this happened, darling. Are you sure you're... Rose, what...
That waiter.
What about him?
I remember now. Why does he want this coat? This jacket?
What?
First he wanted me to take it off, pretending it was hot in here. And spilling that drink just now was no accident. He did it deliberately.
Rose, I don't understand.
Hank, he is the man who caused that accident on our way from the airport. The man who tried to rip the leopard skin coat off me. Oh, Hank, what is this all about?
That's your flight they just called. Now have a good trip home, Rose, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again in a week or 10 days, dear.
Quicker than that, Aunt Ruth, if I can wind up my affairs in London sooner. Oh, don't look so down in the mouth, darling.
Well, I don't like even letting you out of my sight, Rose, especially after last night. That waiter...
It'll be all right, darling. Don't worry. Oh, and thank you for the rose.
Well, it's our flower, like You know, our song. You arrive wearing a rose, you depart wearing one. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Dearest. Goodbye, Aunt Ruth.
Not goodbye, Rose. Au revoir. Now, don't worry about the wedding now. I'll arrange everything.
Oh, you're a dear. I'll see you in a week. 10 days at most. At most.
Now, shall we go out and watch the takeoff, Hank? Son?
Could that be it? Could it?
Could what be what, Hank? What are you talking about?
The coat she was wearing when she arrived. The jacket she was wearing last night. Good Lord! The jacket she's wearing now. Could it be that?
Hank, what in the world are you...
I've been thinking. What did Lieutenant Maxwell mean when he said, just before he died, the coat, not. Now I know. It wasn't the coat at all. It wasn't the jacket. If I'm right, they are after...
What? Hank, after what?
The flower pinned to Rose's lapel, Mother. Not the coat, not the jacket. The flower.
Well, airborne at last and headed for dear old England, young lady.
Oh, yes.
Since we're seated next to each other, let me introduce myself. Emil Tenko.
Rose Corbin.
Have you been visiting in the States long?
Not really. A few weeks. I'm going to... how did you know that?
Well, how did I know?
Well, that I was visiting in the States. I could be living there. I could be an American citizen for all you know.
I assumed your accent.
Who are you? Behind those dark glasses?
You're a very perceptive young woman, Miss Corbin. No, don't. Not a move. Or I'll give you what I gave Simone Laveau. That's it. No quick moves, no panic. Good. Just relax now. Enjoy the trip. And we'll be at Heathrow Airport before you know it.
Enjoy the trip.
I would if I were you. It's the last trip you're ever going to make.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well?
We're to go to the operations office at once. He said he'd have a government agent there by then. Come on.
Why won't you tell me?
There is no need for you to know.
Since you're going to kill me when we get to Heathrow.
No, not at Heathrow. I'll take you to my place in London, in Soho. And really, I'm sorry about the need to kill you, but I must.
Why? Why must you?
Because you know my face, and in my business, that's a serious liability for the victim. But be of good cheer. The more I look at you, the more I'm inclined to let you live for some little time.
I don't understand.
You're a very desirable woman, Miss Corbin. Very desirable.
Yes, Hank, what...
The government men said to wait here.
Yes, but...
They're going to radio the pilot.
Oh.
I gave them as clear a description of the man, the guy who tried to get the coat from Rose in that accident on the bridge and who palmed himself off as a waiter last night.
And then what?
Well, he'll check the plane. You know, the way the captain comes through the plane now and then, chats with the passengers.
Yes, and then
Well, he'll check to see if this guy's on the plane, and if he is...
Yes, and if he is, what?
We'll take it from there, he said. The government man. We'll take it from there.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Are you joking?
Just making small talk.
If you must talk, why not tell me what it is you want? Why did you cause that accident on the Triborough Bridge and try to get the jacket I had on last night? What is it you're after?
Passions, Miss Corbin.
We'll be landing at the Heathrow in half an hour. Another hour or so, we'll be at my place in Soho. And perhaps an hour or so after that, I'll tell you. And perhaps not.
Son, are you sure that...
Mother, there are at least a dozen plainclothes police and government men down there disguised as airport attendants. The minute they disembark... There. They've rolled the landing platform in place. The door is opening.
Yes, well, that man, whoever he is, discovers that this isn't Heathrow.
But don't worry, everything has been arranged. There they are. Rose and the man. There's the captain right behind them.
Oh.
And they're walking right into the arms of... Oh, that fool! He put up a fight! It was as simple as that, Rose. I mean, the captain turned the plane around and circled Kennedy International for a few hours, pretending you were flying to Heathrow.
He fooled me, but not him. Halfway down the steps of that landing platform, he realized...
And he foolishly tried to shoot things out. Oh, I know. I suppose I ought to feel sorry for him, but I just...
It's understandable.
Oh, it's all just unbelievable. When I think that because I said I'd wear a rose and bought one at the airport when I arrived...
The attendant at the florist shop, an agent who'd been planted there, would never have mistaken you for Simone Laveau and pinned that rose to your lapel with, well, I guess you could call it the fatal pin.
Now, you know, I'm still not sure I've got this straight, dear. Let me see. She, on her way to Paris, was to go into the florist shop wearing a leopard skin coat and ask for a rose, right? Now, that was the agent's cue to use the, what you called the fatal pin?
Exactly. See, Emil Tenko knew he was under surveillance, and so he had a problem. I mean, how to get that top-secret information out of the country.
So he had it engraved on the head of a pin. You know, Aunt Ruth, the way they engraved the Lord's Prayer on a pinhead. The trouble began when the agent thought that I was Simone Laveau on her way to Paris, wearing an almost identical leopard skin coat to mine.
And naturally, when Rose threw the rose away after it wilted, she kept the pin and used it again last night to pin on the nosegay I gave her.
Well, it's all over, and thank heaven it is. Rose, how about some dinner?
I'm starving. But before we go, I am going to change out of this suit into a dress. Oh, and Hank, dear...
Yes, sweetheart.
No flowers, please. Not for a long, long time. No flowers, please.
And so, as you see, like all good, seemingly insoluble mysteries, the solution to Roses Are for Funerals was very simple indeed. In fact, I even gave you a clue in the title. What could be fairer than that? I'll be back shortly. Mysteries, it seems to me, are like a magic show. Like the magician, the author shows you everything, but directs your attention elsewhere. Perhaps I should say misdirects it. So be on your guard next time. Oh yes, there will be a next time. And although I'll always play 100% fair with you, I warn you now, I'll do all I can to mislead you. Can you blame me? Our cast included Carol Shelley, Tony Roberts, Mildred Clinton, and Dan Acco. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall, pilot of this shadowy craft which wends its mysterious way through the uncharted depths of your very own imagination. They were giants, those founding fathers of ours. Not only were they superb statesmen and soldiers, they were men of many spectacular achievements. In these modern times, when so many of us are confined to our own particular calling, it's hard to conceive of men who could turn a talented hand to anything that needed doing. Consider Benjamin Franklin now. He was a writer, a publisher, a philosopher, a diplomat, an inventor, a scientist, and, according to the French, who should know something about it, he was a formidable lover. So, you shouldn't be too surprised to discover that Ben Franklin was also a detective.
Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin.
Who are you?
I'm Captain William Clemens.
Clemens died 20 years ago.
I am his ghost.
You can't be his ghost.
Why do you say that?
Because everything that was Will Clemens, his body, his soul, are burning in the eternal fires of hell.
I am the ghost of William Clemens.
Why have you come here?
To kill Ben Franklin.
Why?
You know why. You damned impertinent, interfering publisher of scandal and lies.
I only print the truth.
From now on, you can print it in hell.
Our mystery drama, The Benjamin Franklin Murder Case, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Paul Hecht. The year is 1750, and things are relatively quiet in the American colonies. So far, no one is seriously advocating rebellion. And even so, Sarah Clemens would pay no heed to talk of rebellion. Sarah Clemens is a young lady who has troubles enough of her own. We're in the city of Philadelphia. We say city because we know Philadelphia as a city. But back in 1750, the only settled place in all of North America that could legitimately claim to be a city would be Mexico City. Well, getting back to Sarah Clemens and her problems, the most pressing one is concerned with, don't laugh, ghosts.
Young woman.
Please, sir.
I say, young woman, I cannot call you a young lady. You will come to a bad end.
But, sir...
But me no sirs. Oh, you are a cool one, a sly one. But those innocent-looking eyes don't take in aimless Edward Chiver. No, they don't.
Sir, what are you talking about?
Oh, you stand there bold as brass, cool as ice, and you say, what am I talking about? Young woman, you belong in the theater. You do. You not only have the talent, but you've got the morals of an actress.
Sir, I will not permit you to insult me in my own parlor.
You almost sold me this house.
Almost? I thought we had an agreement.
I'm breaking that agreement.
But why?
No, stop it. Stop blinking them innocent eyes and asking why.
But I am asking. Why?
Because the Clemens house is a haunted house.
Sir, did I hear you correctly?
The Clemens house is a haunted house. That's what everyone in town is saying.
Oh, tavern loafers.
Aha! So you do admit people are talking about
People, drunkards, idlers, vagrants. Anytime a house stands empty, the ridiculous rumors. What, the Clemens house is the finest dwelling in the province of Pennsylvania.
Then why don't you live there? Why do you want to sell it?
Oh, Mr. Chiver, I've already discussed this entire matter. I cannot afford to maintain so large a place.
You can't. Why can't you?
Well, I don't need all those rooms. It requires help, and I can't afford servants.
You could buy slaves.
Mr. Chiver.
Mr. Chiver, what?
It would violate every one of my moral, ethical, and religious principles to own the body and soul of another human being.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Just tell me, sir, what affair is it of yours?
You say you can't afford servants and you won't have slaves. But you could afford servants if you was to turn the place into a tavern.
Never.
It's a good, respectable trade, and you're pretty enough wench to attract the business.
Sir, this impertinence If you do not wish to purchase the property, I'm sure there are plenty of others.
How long you been trying to sell the house? If it's such a bargain, how come it ain't been snapped up?
Because...
No, ma'am, it won't do. The house is haunted.
Very well, sir. Have it your way.
Aha! Then you admit it.
I admit only this, Mr. Chiver. I was wrong about you. When you first inquired about the house, I said to myself, here is a man of judgment. Here is a shrewd and sensible man of the world. Here is probably the keenest man of business in the entire province of Maryland.
Delaware.
As you will. But what do I discover on closer examination? A timid, irresolute waverer. You are losing the opportunity of a lifetime.
To buy a haunted house.
How can the house be haunted? Haunted by what?
Ghosts.
Oh, you, a hard-headed, practical, no-nonsense gentleman of affairs, a member of your provincial House of Delegates. You believe in ghosts?
Well,
Just be kind enough to leave the premises at once. Sir, you are a fraud.
Now, Miss Clemens,
oh, yes.
I won't
There may be rumors spread by stupid gossipers that the Clemens house is haunted. And this has made buyers scarce and reduced the price. But shouldn't you, as a shrewd trader, profit from my distress?
Now, miss, you have no right to accuse me of...
Go on, take unfair advantage of me.
Well, I'll think about it.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Richard.
I knocked, but no one heard me.
Mr. Chiver and I are transacting some business.
So I just walked in.
Mr. Chiver, may I present my cousin, Mr. Richard Laporte?
Your servant, sir.
Howdy.
Richard, Mr. Chiver is going to buy the Clemens house.
Well, now,
He intends to make a tavern of it.
Now, see here, I didn't say that...
Tavern?
And why not?
Well, that would be... It would be a sacrilege. Why, Mr. William Penn himself slept in the blue bedroom.
Oh, come, Richard. You and I spoke about this many times, and I thought I'd settled it.
But a tavern?
But of course. Shouldn't the common folk also have a beautiful place?
I ain't even said I'm going to buy, much less make a tavern.
Oh, of course you will, Mr. Chiver.
My dear Sarah, a tavern...
Now, Richard, I thought you shared my belief that no person should own a house that exceeds his needs for shelter. When we marry, this place which my mother left me will suffice for us.
Just hold on while I ask this young fellow here a question. Mr.
Laporte.
Laporte, yes. I want you to look me square in the eye and say yes or no. Is the old Clemens house haunted?
Yes.
Well, Miss Clemens, see?
Richard is an incurable romantic.
You say the house is haunted, young fella?
Yes, it is haunted. It's haunted by demons of the past.
Oh, nonsense, Richard.
Haunted by memories, haunted by the ghosts of Clemens as long dead.
Well, all I can say to you, Miss Clemens, is good day.
Wait.
What for? Here, this young man, your own intended, admits, confesses...
Oh, it's nonsense.
And he ain't no tavern vagabond neither, far as I can see.
But there are no ghosts.
That ain't what Mr. Laporte says.
Of course, there are ghosts. That's because the past never dies.
Miss Clemens, how can you say there are no ghosts when this man, who's to become your lord and master...
Oh, no. That is not the relationship we envisage, is it, Richard?
Oh, no, each of us will have an equal voice.
Son, you're asking for more trouble than you can handle. But don't get me off the subject.
What is the subject, sir?
Ghosts. Mr. Laporte says there are ghosts in that house.
Richard is only using a figure of speech. He doesn't mean there are actual ghosts.
But I do.
And I say good day to you both.
Mr. Chiver...
He's right, my dear.
Oh, Richard. You sounded so medieval.
The ghosts of the Clemenses, you believe in them too. And that's why you want to sell the house. You're ashamed of them.
What are you trying to say?
You are ashamed of the fact that the first William Clemens was a pirate and slaver.
That's just malicious rumor.
No, my dear, it's an unfortunate fact. The family fortune was founded on blood. You were a child growing up in that house. You knew it. You were ashamed.
Richard, I shall become extremely angry.
I was a child, too. The poor relation invited to play. And my eyes were open. I saw everything.
Please, Richard.
We both talked about it constantly. Death, murder, how frightened we were of the old man, the ghost of the old man, the murderer, the pirate.
Richard, those were childhood fancies, nothing more. Nothing more. Ghosts cannot exist.
What was that question again, sir?
Well, what I asked, Mr. Franklin, was, do you believe in ghosts?
Of course, Mr. Chiver.
You do?
Certainly, sir. All of us are ghosts. Inside each of us are the ghosts of dead ideas.
You know the old Clemens house?
Yes, I do.
Now, the girl wants to sell. I can buy it cheap, a bargain.
Do you need advice to take advantage of a bargain?
It might not be a bargain. If it's haunted.
Oh.
Can a house be haunted?
Mr. Chiver, I cannot give you that answer, but I can suggest how you might find one.
Now you're talking.
Go up to the house. When you want to learn something, investigate for yourself.
Well, you don't have to be smart to think of that.
But the fact is, you didn't think of it.
Oh.
What I have suggested is something new among natural philosophers. It is called the scientific method.
But that's nothing but old-fashioned horse sense.
Exactly, Mr. Chiver. Exactly.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going up there and see for myself. What's that? What could it be? The wind. The wind down the chimney. Huh? Hey! There's somebody in here. Who's here? Show yourself. Whoever you are, show yourself.
Dead man, tell no tales.
I'm not afraid of you. Who are you? Show yourself. That voice, it's coming from the chimney. No, it's coming from the wall. It's coming from all over. Somebody's in here with me. Somebody. Well, I ain't scared. Listen, even if you are a ghost, I'm going to buy the house and burn it down and build a better one. I ain't scared. No. Who's here? Who are you? Oh, it's a sailor. Get away from me. Get away. Don't. Who are you? What do you want? Don't! You're choking me! Please! Stop!
The moonlight pouring in through the parlor window of the old Clemens mansion reveals a body lying on the floor. Sightless eyes staring with terror. Face contorted with agony. But at least the efficacy of the scientific method has once again been affirmed. Is there such a thing as a ghost? Amos Chiver has found out. The hard way. You have some things to find out also, when I return shortly with Act 2. In the years to come, Mr. Benjamin Franklin of Philadelphia will find plenty of things to make him angry. The arrogance of the British, the short-sightedness of his fellow Americans, the stubbornness of the French, and the haughtiness of the Spanish. But right now, he is as furious as he will ever be. A man named Chiver solicited his advice, followed it, and was killed, or at least is dead, because he did so. So right now, on this late summer morning in the autumn of 1750, we find our Mr. Franklin in a rare mood indeed.
I only want you to tell me, Doctor, was he murdered? Yes, well, that doesn't answer the question.
Well, he has some redness about the throat.
Was he strangled?
He might have been. But I see no finger marks.
Well, could the killer have worn gloves?
Could the killer have worn gloves? We have yet to ascertain whether or not there was a killer. Therefore, the question cannot be answered in the form that it was couched.
If he wasn't strangled, what was the cause of death?
He also has a bruise on his head.
Was he struck?
He may have been. On the other hand, he may have hit his head against some sharp object when he fell to the floor.
Dr. Benson, do you ever commit yourself?
He may have died of fright.
Fright?
I have never seen such terror on the face of a corpse.
Well, can a man die of fright?
Some doctors say yes. Some say no. May I ask your interest in the case, Mr. Franklin?
The dead gentleman and I have a mutual friend. Therefore, I am collecting his effects and sending them down to his home in Wilmington.
You may want this along with his other possessions, Mr. Franklin.
Oh, what is it?
It seems to be a gold button of some kind.
Where did you find it?
It was clutched in his hand. Actually, he was holding it so tightly I had to pry his fingers apart.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Is it significant?
A button. You can see it's been torn from a coat. Probably he was struggling with his assailant, and in the fight...
Now, that is if there was an assailant.
Doctor, in every man's life, there comes a time when finally he must commit himself.
That may be true. On the other hand...
Thank you, Doctor. Now, Sarah, I want you to look at this button.
How could that poor man have died in the house?
Obviously, the murderous ghost
the
of
button,
Captain...
Sarah.
Richard, look.
Do you recognize it?
It's the kind of button that old Captain William Clemens wore.
William Clemens, who built this house?
This gold button with the star and the anchor. It was on all his uniforms.
Well, then it was the ghost of William Clemens.
No.
What do you say to that, Mr. Franklin?
I say we have a problem. Assume it was a ghost. Is a ghost substantial?
How can a ghost be substantial?
If he were substantial, he couldn't be a ghost.
Then why would his clothes be substantial? No, Mr. Chivers was engaged in combat, mortal combat.
With whom?
Now, I say a man followed Mr. Chiver to the house or waited for him there and killed him. I say a man because it's hard to conceive of a woman strong enough.
Mr. Franklin, it was Captain Clemens' ghost. The button proves it.
Not conclusively. Captain Clemens wasn't a pirate.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Franklin.
That is, not a pirate in name. He was a privateer. He had the Queen's permission to prey upon French, Spanish, and Dutch merchant ships. He fancied himself a naval officer. His men wore uniforms. The higher ranks all had buttons, just like that one. As a matter of fact, I know another man in this town who once wore a navy coat. I remember this button. I was just a youngster, but I do remember this button.
Well, if it ain't Mr. Franklin.
Good day, Abner.
To what do I owe the honor?
I've come here to see if I can arrange to have you hanged.
Oh? What did I do?
What did you do? What haven't you done, you scoundrel?
You've sold whiskey and guns to the Indians. You've bought stolen merchandise from pirates.
But none of it proved.
But all of it true.
The commandment warns us against the bearing of false witness.
Here we have the devil quoting scripture.
Why not? The devil can read. Now, how do you hope to hang me?
For the murder of Amos Chiver.
You mean the poor fellow from Wilmington?
Yes, Abner, the poor fellow from Wilmington.
Oh, hadn't you heard he was killed by a ghost? Everyone knows that Clemens' house is haunted.
No, he wasn't killed by a ghost.
No. Who did it?
I think you did it, Abner.
Oh, why would I want to kill the man? I didn't even know him.
And you didn't want to get to know him either.
You're a hard man to follow, Mr. Franklin. But I know you always wind up someplace, so I'll listen.
Thank you. You don't like competition, Abner. You've been known to run people who threatened your business out of town.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Another way would be to say I showed them where opportunities were greater elsewhere.
Amos Chiver was going to buy the Clemens place just up the street from here and turn it into a tavern.
And for that I killed him?
You took advantage of Clemens' house reputation, hid there in your old Navy coat, and tried to scare him.
I did?
But I suppose he didn't scare. There was a fight. You killed him.
You write good stories in your paper, Mr. Franklin, but if you write this one, you got to prove it.
I've got the proof right here. This button.
What button?
You wore this button when you served with Captain Clemens as a privateer.
Well, how did you... where did you get that button?
Try to guess where this button was found. Now, you're a man of lively imagination. Think.
Where did you get that button?
This button, Abner, was found clutched in the dead man's hand.
Yeah, but it can't be.
It was.
I haven't worn that coat. I haven't even seen that coat. It's more than 30 years.
Here comes the constable. What have you there, Mr. Partridge?
I've been to the back of this house, like you said, Mr. Franklin.
You had no right to search my house.
The constable obtained a warrant.
And here's the coat.
Yes, indeed. Your old blue naval officer's coat.
Some of them buttons are missing, Mr. Franklin. But the ones that are still on here are just like the one you got in your hand.
I tell you, I was here all last night. I didn't set foot out of this tavern. Why, Constable, you were here yourself.
So I was, till 10 o'clock.
And after 10 o'clock, who can vouch for you, Abner?
Well, I was with
Yes?
Well, I spent the rest of the night with a lady.
Who?
Well, being a gentleman, how could I possibly... You're a man of the world, Mr. Franklin. You appreciate my position.
Well, it is a gentleman's duty to die before permitting a lady's name to be sullied. Or so I've been led to understand.
Well, I'm not going to die for nobody. I was with... hang it, Mr. Franklin.
Yes, indeed, Abner. Hanging seems to be the order of the day.
I'm a married man. What's my wife going to say?
Chivalry is dead, Abner.
All right. I was with Charity Townsend.
Charity Townsend, aptly named. I doubt we have a lady in town more generous with her favors.
Abner, who's going to take the word of Charity Townsend?
Yeah, but it's true. You can ask her. You get... Oh, my Lord, what's my wife going to say?
You'll have to come along with me, Abner. Mr. Franklin, can I have that button to go with this coat as evidence?
Now, Charity, are you telling the truth?
Oh, yes, Mr. Franklin. I can't lie. I mean, that's the source of my problems. I just can't lie.
You were with Abner all of last night.
Well, I could lie, you see, and save my reputation. But my dear old dad, he's in heaven right now. He said to me, girl, never tell a lie. And you know why? Folks aren't going to believe you anyhow, so you might as well be hanged for telling the truth.
Yes, well, about Abner.
Oh, I was, feeling a bit poorly last evening, so I thought a glass of wine might suit me. And after having a few, Abner says to me, Charity, you want to come to the back of the house? What for, I asks, and he says, I got some trophies I took when I was serving in the Navy. Well, I have a weakness for sailors' trophies, so I says, all right. But what's your wife going to say to me? I come into a private room, and he says, never fear, she'll be none the wiser. She's visiting her sister across the river in Camden Town.
So, you went with him?
Oh, but I'm telling you, everything was proper. We just sat and talked. Oh, he tells such stories. And before I knew it, the sun had come up.
A most unusual evening.
Oh, yes.
And so you claim you were with Abner all of last night?
Well, I wish I could lie, but you see, I can't. Not even to save my reputation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Franklin. Judge Herkimer spoke with me an hour ago. He wants to hold the trial tomorrow.
Constable, may I see that coat and that button again?
Sure. I got him right here on the table. Look at them all you like.
Oh, thank you.
It's plain as day. That's the exact same button as the others on that coat. And there's 3 of them missing. This could be any one of them. Judge Herkimer says we might just as well prepare the scaffold now.
Before the trial?
Well, you know the judge, Mr. Franklin. He figures if a man ain't guilty, he wouldn't be in the prisoner's box in the first place.
Yes, and Charity's testimony?
Now, Mr. Franklin, you know what that's worth.
Do you suppose I might see Abner?
Can't imagine why, but you're welcome. And let me hold on to this coat and button for just a moment.
Well, Mr. Franklin, I guess you were right. You said you'd arranged to have me hung, and you've done it.
You think so?
You know, in my lifetime, I've done 100 things that called for hanging, but I always cheated the rope. And now I'm about to swing for something I never done.
I know. I can even prove it.
You can.
Abner, I have a problem. A most serious moral and religious problem.
Now, look here, Mr. Franklin. If you know I'm innocent...
Let us say you are innocent in particular, but guilty in general.
Yeah, but if you know I didn't kill Chiver, why let me swing for it?
I must search my conscience. Examine my soul, as it were. You are an engaging but a thoroughgoing scoundrel. You are responsible in one way or another for the death of hundreds of people.
Well, scores would be more truthful.
Yes. Even now, some poor farmer on the fringes of the Ohio Territory could be murdered by an Indian using a musket that was purchased from you.
Well, that can't be proved.
Justice must be served.
Yeah, but that ain't justice.
Well, if it's just for you to go free when you're guilty, why is it unjust for you to hang when you're innocent? Now, come, Abner, you can't have it both ways.
Mr. Franklin, please. Think, the commandments. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Oh, it's out of my hands, Abner. At this moment, within my soul, a battle is being fought for your life and freedom. Both sides are marshaling potent and convincing arguments. Shall you live? Shall you die? I must wait for the answer to be revealed to me.
And there he is, Abner, the old pirate, the old smuggler. Ironically, he faces the rope for a crime he didn't commit, according to Ben Franklin. But what sort of game is Ben playing? Perhaps his own words might answer the question. No, I am not amused by games of chance or even skill. For the most fascinating game of all is the game of life. The game continues when I return shortly with Act 3. Retribution. Sooner or later, it overtakes us all. If not for the wrongs we have actually done, then perhaps for the wrong another has committed in our name. But one way or another, we pay the bill. Ben Franklin can prove that Abner didn't kill Amos Chiver. But why bother? Abner has killed enough people during his lifetime. It isn't as if the noose were being drawn around the neck of an innocent man.
You say you can prove I'm innocent, Ben? How?
Well, Charity claims you were with her all evening.
Charity? Well, who'd believe a woman like her?
Who? Tell me, Abner, if you were sitting on the jury, would you believe Charity?
Well, not if she swore on every Bible in Pennsylvania.
Interesting. And yet, in this case, you know she's telling the truth.
Well, but Why do you say she's telling the truth?
Why should she lie? What does she gain by it?
Well, I could have paid her.
Yes, but you didn't. Because I know you didn't kill Chiver.
How? How do you know?
First, I have a little agreement here for you to sign. Here, read it.
I, Abner Merritt, do hereby agree to give to the Reverend Peter Quincy the sum of £350. Well, what for?
The Reverend Quincy is the pastor in the village of Olmsted, which was destroyed in an Indian raid last week. The money will be used for rebuilding homes.
But
you supplied the Indians with weapons and the powder.
Oh, but I didn't.
Not directly, perhaps, but you did sell the muskets to unscrupulous traders. Read on.
The sum of £500 to Mr. Henry Hewitt, director of the Children's Orphanage. Well, I ain't got that much money.
Raise it.
Oh, but
Read on.
You'll make a poor man out of me.
Poor but happy. Poor in wealth and worldly goods, perhaps, but rich in the love of your fellow man.
Ah, no, I'll sign no such paper.
All right, then hang.
This is blackmail, you know.
Perhaps.
But how do I know you? How do I know you'll keep your bargain? How do I know you can prove that I'm innocent?
Now, that is an interesting speculation. But we waste each other's time. I have in my bag here a pen and a bottle of ink. May I please have your signature?
Oh, this is robbery. It's worse than piracy on the high seas.
And you should know.
All right. Where do I sign it?
On the bottom. Uh-huh. Splendid. That's it. See, you now have an opportunity to create a new reputation for yourself. Till now, you have been reviled as a scoundrel. In the future, you shall be admired as a saint. Fortunate Abner.
Yeah, but the proof! The proof you promised!
Yes, the proof. Mr. Partridge? Mr. Partridge!
What's up?
I'm afraid we will have to release Abner.
Release? Why? Ain't he guilty?
No, sir. Please, come in here, sir. And leave the cell door open, Constable. Abner will be leaving.
But the button and the coat...
Precisely. They prove his innocence.
But any fool can see that button is exactly the same as the buttons that are on that coat. You have to admit that.
I do.
Then what do you do?
It is exactly the same kind of button, but it was not fastened to that coat. And if it was not fastened to that coat, it could not have been pulled off that coat.
But you can see that it's
let's
the button
really look at what's to be seen. What color is the coat?
Oh, any fool can see it's blue.
Now, since the button was obviously pulled away or torn away during a struggle, there is a small shred of material clinging to it. What color is this material?
Well,
it's red. Captain's red. While Abner's coat is lieutenant's blue.
I should have seen it myself. I could have saved a fortune.
What's he saying, Mr. Franklin?
The poor man's so happy to be vindicated, he's delirious with joy.
But if Abner didn't kill Mr. Chiver, who did?
It should be obvious to everybody. The ghost. The ghost of Captain Clemens.
But, Mr. Franklin, isn't that impossible?
We should never try to define the impossible, my dear. We searched the house thoroughly.
And we found absolutely nothing?
You recognize the button as belonging to Captain Clements as being part of his uniform. This means you were familiar with that uniform.
Oh, yes, sir. His uniform, his hats, his swords, they were all left hanging in his room, just as when he was alive. I remember we children used to spend hours up there.
Why didn't we find the uniform coat just before, when we searched the house?
Because the ghost is wearing it.
Oh, really, Richard?
Well, Richard's opinion is as good as anyone's.
You mean you actually believe that a ghost could be up in
yes. And now our problem is to find out who the ghost is.
But how can we do that?
It'll be easy to recognize.
Mr. Franklin, am I hearing you correctly?
We shall recognize the ghost because, you see, he is branded.
How can a ghost
He has committed murder, this ghost, and therefore he carries the murderer's mark.
What mark?
All murderers carry a mark which clearly proclaims them as killers.
But I've seen murderers. I haven't seen any identifying...
It's the brand of Cain. Sometimes it's visible on earth, Sometimes not.
Mr. Franklin, are you feeling quite all right?
Never better. Well, we must clear the place of its ghostly reputation, or else you shall never sell it. I think I'll go there myself this evening.
But that ghost, it's a murderer. Listen to me. I talk as if I believe it.
Well, why don't you believe it? The ghost has already committed murder.
I suppose I'll have to take my chances.
But you mustn't go alone. Richard, you go...
No purpose in my going. What shall I discover? That there's a ghost? I already believe it.
Well, somebody should go with Mr. Franklin.
Oh, no. When a man goes seeking a wife or searching for a ghost, he travels faster when he travels alone. Now, no one is to mention the fact that I'm to visit the Clemens house this evening.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we three shall keep the secret.
Well, you know the saying. 3 can keep a secret if 2 are dead.
Why can't we walk in the front door, Mr. Franklin?
Shh. Keep your voice low, Abner. Now, slide the window up. Up. That's it. Let's climb inside.
Why are we going in like thieves?
Because I am hoping the ghost will enter by the front door. Listen.
I don't hear nothing.
Well, to the front room. Hurry. Shine that lantern.
Nobody here, Mr. Franklin? Uh-oh.
Listen. Listen. Where's it coming from?
Hey. That don't sound like a human voice. It's Captain Clemens. The old man himself. It's the captain. It's the ghost of the captain.
Well, where's it coming from, Abner?
It's the captain.
Shh. It's coming from the fireplace.
Huh? Yeah, that's the captain. That's how he talks. I'm getting out of here.
No, wait.
Yeah, it's the captain. He said death couldn't keep him away. He'd come back. That's what he said.
Where is that voice coming from?
It ain't human. It's coming from everywhere. I don't know about you, but I'm going.
You're right, Abner. It is time we were leaving.
Sell the house now. It's all over town. Abner's been telling everyone how the ghosts are all over the place. Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
Sarah, Mr. Franklin was only trying to help. Besides, what could he do? After all, how can a human being fight a ghost? Now, sir, do you believe the ghost of Captain Clemens haunts the house?
Richard, why do you object to Sarah's selling the Clemens house?
Well, it's just that it's haunted.
It isn't because you wanted to own it yourself one day?
Well, how could I ever own it?
You will at least share in the ownership when you marry Sarah.
Well, why would I want to own it?
Mr. Franklin, Richard was always unhappy there.
I know. That's why he wishes to own it. Richard was the poor, despised cousin who was patronized by the Clemenses. That's true, isn't it?
They were very kind to me.
The bread of charity is bitter when it is offered by the hand of arrogance. And so you dreamed, didn't you, of one day walking through that house, not as a petitioner, but as a master?
Yes. Yes. It's human to feel that way.
Yes, Richard. Why are you wearing a glove?
I have an infection from a poisonous plant.
So, you have discouraged Sarah from selling.
But he never said to me, don't sell.
He didn't have to. He spread the rumors that the house is haunted.
Well, everyone in Philadelphia knows.
You are the one, Richard, who keeps making sure that the reputation for the house being haunted is kept fresh and
Sir,
green.
I cannot permit you to insult my fiancée.
I thought you were my friend, Mr. Franklin.
I am, Richard. And I am no fair-weather friend either. I shall stand by you as a friend, even though you are to be tried for murder.
Murder? Mr. Franklin!
Ask him, Sarah, ask him.
I deny it.
How can you deny it? How can you deny the brand of Cain? You killed Amos Chiver because he must have recognized you, and you knew I was going to be at the house last night.
Richard, he couldn't kill anybody. He is so timid.
You wanted to scare me, too. And your voice, it sounded ghostly, and it seemed to come from everywhere. Probably because there are secret passages in that house.
For accusing Richard of murder.
And as a child, you discovered those passages. Yes, it was well done. And you know where the red coat is. And shall it show a missing button?
But you can't prove that Richard did it.
Richard, I defy you to take that glove off your hand and show us the mark of Cain that covers your palm.
Richard?
Yes. Yes, it's the mark of Cain. Here, look. Look, I'm branded.
That great black mark.
It won't wash off. It won't rub off. I'm marked.
Oh, Richard.
No, don't come near me, Sarah. I'm unworthy.
Oh, why, Richard? Why?
He knows why. He knows why. It was the bitter bread of charity.
Oh, Richard.
No, don't weep for me. I'm unworthy. I wear the mark of Cain.
I'm sorry, Richard.
I will now walk down to the jail and hand myself over to Constable Partridge.
Let me come with you.
No. I must be alone. From now on, I have the mark.
Richard!
Yes. The mark.
The mark? That's impossible. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yes.
It's supernatural.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Oh, sir, now what?
Well, if we assume that there cannot be ghosts, we must assume that someone human was playing the part. Logical?
Yes.
That someone human would have to get into the house in order to scare visitors. Only 3 of us knew I would be going there last night. You and I and Richard.
Yes?
Earlier in the evening, I smeared the doorknob with some nitrate of silver.
Nitrate of silver?
Yes, it is used in making mirrors. And when it touches the skin, it turns black, and it cannot be washed off or removed in any way until new skin grows.
That's black magic.
No, that's natural science. And our poor Richard entered the house through the front door, turned the knob, and thus his hand acquired the mark of Cain.
The mark of Cain. It exists on every murderer. The problem is to make it visible. For that, however, you need men of perception, men like Benjamin Franklin. Well, poor Richard didn't hang. He went quite mad and spent the rest of his life in an asylum. Sarah went on to marry a very timid man and kept him under her thumb. And Franklin, as you well know, went on to become a founding father of this great country. And I shall be back in just a few moments. Chemist, psychologist, detective. Before these professions were even born, Benjamin Franklin exhibited a judgment and a depth of vision that is hardly equaled today. Yes, they were giants, those men who founded the country, and what they left us is not just a legacy, but a challenge to live as they did, fearless, curious, and independent. Our cast included Paul Hecht, Marion Seldes, Stotts Cotsworth, Russell Horton, and Gil Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. At the beginning of the 16th century, in what we now call Mexico, one of the world's most remarkable civilizations came to flower. The Aztecs were artists, architects, engineers, remarkable administrators, handsome, sensitive, and imaginative. Only one thing marred this great people: their cruel religion, which demanded and exacted the most terrifying sacrifices to the gods. Imagine, if you will, a time 400 years ago, in the season for pleasing the god Tlaloc, the rain god, who must be kept from pouring down torrents which would destroy the corn crop. We are in the house of Atox.
Are you ready, my daughter?
Yes, my father.
You are not afraid?
I am proud to have made myself chosen, but I am afraid.
Drink from the vessel. It will give you courage.
I shall not shame you.
It is time. The priest is waiting. Go. Wearing the golden ornaments about her neck, my daughter climbs the 114 steps to the twin temples. The multitude sees the black-clad figure slide from the inky darkness and spread eagle my daughter gently on the sacrificial stone. The high priest raises the obsidian dagger. With one frightful stroke, he drives it into her quivering flesh and, reaching, drags the heart, still breathing, from the cavity.
No!
Maria, daughter, what is it?
A dream. A terrible dream or a prophecy. Oh, Father, hold me. I'm so afraid.
Our mystery drama, The Altar of Blood, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Fred Gwynne. The sudden death of Professor J. Hollington Wells' wife drove him in despair from the halls of Ivy, where he was a professor of archaeology, back into the field, back to Mexico. What had brought Professor Wells to Mexico City and Lake Texcoco was his wife's ancestry. Although a second-generation American herself, her forebears could be traced back to the Aztecs and their great city of Tenochtitlan. And on the ground of her ancestors, he tried to bury his grief in an intimate and deep study of the Aztecs, a contact that surprisingly led him far afield and his daughter into incredible and terrifying danger.
What is it, Maria, dear?
Oh, I had this terrible dream. I thought I had been held on the sacrificial altar, and the high priest had torn out my heart.
Oh, it's my fault. I should have never dragged you down.
Oh, don't blame yourself.
But I do. Echoes of the past, perhaps. Heaven knows what pervading waves swirl around us from that great civilization which died too soon. Even I, who have no roots in them, couldn't sleep tonight, thinking of all their prowess and their grandeur.
Were you dreaming of sacrifices, too?
Half awake. But yes, hard to understand the contradiction. A people so intellectually awake to life, and yet so tied to fear of the future.
Maybe I can understand them a little.
What do you mean?
I don't quite know. I am descended from them. I was thinking of Mother.
Of Carlotta? Why?
Why did she have to die so young? What sacrifice would you have made to save her if you could have?
Oh, this is night talk, darling. No melancholy maunderings by me. You can't change what has happened. We came away to try and write off a personal tragedy.
Except that you didn't pick the best place to forget.
I suppose you're right. Mexico, particularly Tenochtitlan, was the last place to run to. Where shall we pick up to leave for tomorrow? Madagascar? Carcassonne? Tahiti, New Zealand, or back to the good old USA?
No, I like Mexico. And no wild nightmare is going to change anything. But I would like to get away from the valley for a while.
Why not? My notes are all complete. I can write my book anywhere. Besides, I'd like to see the other coast. I've got an idea.
What?
I've never seen nor traveled the Pacific side. We'll rent a car and drive through Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta and down to Playa Colorado for a real vacation.
Playa Colorado?
It's one of those new clubs that provide a total vacation, which are opening up all over the world. Inexpensive, good food, scads of young people for you to meet instead of hanging around with an old fogey like me.
That isn't the way I think of you.
Yeah, well, I'll accept the compliment, but insist the wiser head must prevail. What you need is someone your own age to blow the past right out of your head. And that's just what I'm going to arrange to have happen to you. Now, go back to sleep, and no more dreams. We're really leaving the past behind now. Good night.
I love you, Father. I am sleepy. Good night. Oh, it's a whole new country.
Yeah, Mexico has as many faces as the U.S.
Oh, I wouldn't agree to that all the way. But compared to the Yucatan and the valley, oh, this is marvelous. Oh, those craggy mountains to the left, and how wonderful to look out to the sea on the right. It's a little like the Amalfi Drive in Italy.
Since I'm driving, I'm glad this road is better. Although I guess by now they've widened that old terror.
They have. But I remember that first year after high school and before college that you drove Mom and me down the Italian coast.
I'd rather forget it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, not because of your mother. Just how scared I was driving. Damn!
What is it?
Blowout. Oh, thank heaven it was a rear tire.
Well, why don't you stop?
On this road, I'm trying to find some place I can pull over and be out of traffic.
You can't go to the right. It's a 100-foot drop. Cut over to the left.
Into a sheer cliff? Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold your hat.
What are you going to do?
There's a little spot over there. I can drive the car off the road, but it'll be rough going for a moment, too. Hope nothing comes around the bend as we cross. Here goes. Oh, damn.
Another tire?
I'm afraid so. Now we're really stuck.
Okay, Professor. Which way do we start walking?
Yeah. Well, not back anyway. We must be a good 15 to 20 miles outside Puerto Vallarta.
And the other way?
There's a village, Tomatian. I wonder if we'd find a mechanic there. It's quite a hike.
Well, we can't just sit here. It'll be dark in a few hours.
We're not exactly in the wilderness, you know. There is a bus route along this road, and we have passed a few other cars.
All of them headed the opposite way, and few and far between.
Well, at least we can speak the language. Socorro! Hey, senor! Socorro! Por favor, senor. Nuestro automobile es no trabaja.
American, sir. Same with the Spanish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. My French is great, my German is passable, and in 6 months I hope my Spanish will be at least as good. But right now, I'm happy to find it's Americans in trouble. Oh, I didn't mean it the way it sounds.
Oh, I know you didn't. Oh, this is my daughter, Maria. My name is Wells. Hallington Wells. Hell of a name when it comes right down to it.
I don't think so. Not if you're the J. Hallington Wells, the archaeologist.
That's who he is.
Well, then, this is an unexpected honor and pleasure, Miss Wells. I'm Bill Hallam.
Oh, you're interested in archaeology?
My major in college. I'm pleased to meet you.
As we are you, for more reasons than one.
I'll second that. But we'd better get a move on before some crazy Mexican comes one way or the other or both and finds my Jeep in the way. They drive this road like it was the Indy 500.
I'm afraid my car's grounded.
Yes, I can see that. Unless you have 2 spares. But I can give you a lift. Where were you headed?
Playa Colorado.
Well, that's just great. It's where I work. Come on, the chariot awaits. I'll help you with your bags, and we can make all of the arrangements to have your car taken care of there.
What do you do at the club?
I am what they call a G.O., I'll get the big one, Professor.
Oh, what's a G.O.?
General Organizateur, polite name for Beach Boy, Guide, Companion. And then all of us have our own specialties. Have we got everything?
I think so.
What's your specialty, Bill?
I'm a sailing instructor.
Oh, great. I'd love to go for a sail with you.
You know something? So would I.
I don't normally get knocked off my feet by the body beautiful. My parents, background, natural affinity has been more for brains than brawn. But it was obvious Bill had both. And Playa Colorado was just what the doctor might have ordered for Dad and me. Glorious meals, a hacienda-type bungalow hanging on the mountainside over the sea, complete informality, and most of all, a return to the present. Cutting of a link with the past that had obsessed me all my life. My Aztec heritage and my father's absorption in yesterday rather than today. And the best part of all was my daily sail with Bill.
All right.
Heaven.
Stand by to come about.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, on this tack, if we go any further, we're committed to go right out of the bay into the Pacific.
Why can't we?
It get a bit rough out there.
Well, I don't get seasick.
We're not supposed to.
Oh, come on. You know the clubs between turnovers. There are plenty of other boats. And we have the kicker if we get in real trouble.
I can't think of anyone I'd rather get in trouble with.
Well, then hold your course, matey. There's a little cove out there beyond this big island or whatever it is. Can we fetch that cove?
If the wind doesn't shift, I'd reckon. And we've plenty of gas to get home if it picks up and we have to sail back into it.
Then take me there?
Lady, I will kid you not. I would take you to the end of the earth if you asked me, and care not a whit if I ever return.
That's very nice. You're quite a poet, Bill.
So is every man in love.
Oh, look out for those summer romances.
Now, it's a lot deeper than that, Maria.
I know. But let's give it a little time to grow up. I have the funniest feeling about that little cove, Bill. Did you like it?
Who knocks paradise?
I think it's just what Dad's been looking for since Mother died. You know that big mound that juts out from the mountain with a sort of mesa on top?
Yeah.
It'd be the perfect place for a small house. There's water from the stream above. You could cut a driveway down from the main road. There's electricity and phone lines there. I wonder who owns the property.
I think it's state land. The alcalde in Manzanillo would know.
Could you take Dad over there tomorrow to see it?
Sure. But you know, building there wouldn't be all that easy. That's practically jungle, matted with mesquite and cactus and vines. And there's only a thin layer of soil over sheer volcanic rock.
I know, Bill, I know, but I don't know how to say it. Something calls me there, tells me to go there. Insists that I come back to stay. I've got to go back. No matter what, I have got to take Dad to see it. We did go back, and Dad's reaction was just as strong as mine. It was like coming home. So 2 days later, we found ourselves discussing the possibility of buying the property with the mayor of Manzanillo.
And as I say, senor, it can be bought.
For a very fair price, I hope.
Oh, yes, the price is cheap, but I am aware of your prominence, Dr. Wells, and I'm also well aware that your daughter is of our people historically. I feel it would be unfair not to tell you that this place has, how do you say, it has a bad name.
Why?
It is a forest, a jungle, no?
From the road, yes.
There is much wildlife, more than is usual in this part of Mexico. I don't mean the snakes, the iguana. I mean the jaguar, perhaps the puma even. In this area, there have been many unexplained deaths.
You mean man-eating jaguars?
Something like that.
What do you mean, something like that?
If we lived in the valley or the Yucatan, one might worry about ancient ghosts.
Ghosts?
The men and occasional animals who have been found dead all died the same way.
How?
The senorita will forgive me. I try not to be too, graphic. But the chest has been torn apart and the heart removed and taken away. The rest of the body has been untouched.
Why would a carnivorous animal who kills to eat select only the heart? Or is this just legend, which can be created and believed so easily by peasants who live in constant daily superstition? Or does the alcalde have some ulterior motive to protect this piece of mountain shoreline we do not yet understand? I'll return shortly with Act 2. Whatever the alcalde's doubts may have been about Vista de la Laguna, as the property turned out to be called, Maria and her father brushed them aside. They were impelled, almost driven to buy. The transaction was simple, and within a week, mestizos were hacking and grading a rough road down from the main one. In less than a month, the foundation had been dug, and late one afternoon, Bill had come down to visit them at the temporary trailer in which they were living.
Hey, your building crew cuts out pretty early.
One cloud over the sun, even the hint of darkness on the way, and they are over the hill.
Vista de Laguna doesn't enjoy much reputation except between Maria and me.
You see no signs of jaguar or puma?
No. I had the bush beaten pretty thoroughly before we bought, and there was no sign of track of them.
How do you suppose the legend built up?
Search me. This isn't land for those creatures anyway.
You don't suppose...
Suppose what?
Well, you know, the business of the heart being torn out, that's so Aztec or Mayan or...
No, the Mayans never spread west beyond Oaxaca, as far as we know. And the Aztecs were concentrated in the middle of the country. Although, we know after Cortez and the invasion, they scattered and were driven west. There is some belief that they may have occupied a small strip of the Pacific coast.
Not here, Daddy. Please, not here.
No, unlikely. And yet...
Hey, look, I didn't want to throw a damper on the evening. I brought a big picnic hamper from Louis Pierre, the chef du village, and some champagne.
Ah, that's nice of him. What's the special occasion?
Well...
I meant to speak to you sooner, Daddy, but, well, the days are so full and we haven't had much chance to talk about anything except all this.
Getting the old ball and chain settled. So you young folk can be free to enjoy each other and a life together.
I love him, Daddy.
Well, even the myopic old daughter like me can see that. What's that?
Sounds like thunder.
Oh, no, not yet. Too early. It could ruin the corn crop if the rains come, and we'd have a moat instead of a foundation ditch. Which reminds me.
What?
I'm going to grab me a shovel. I want to dig at least a couple of shovelfuls of earth out of the foundation I'm building for the rest of my life.
Me too.
Well, while you ants are busy digging, I'll haul the picnic out of the Jeep. Sounds like some storm. You could feel the earth tremble. I'll lug the basket under the trailer canopy just in case.
Getting dark. I don't like it.
Oh, it's just a thunderstorm. It'll blow over. Want a hand down?
Oh, I'm not that old. Look out. See? Spry as a 20-year-old. Okay, let's dig our marks into posterity. Shovels ready? Aim. Go.
Look out!
Get back, Maria! Get back!
Maria! Dr. Wells! Are you all right? What happened? Where are you? What? They're gone. Vanished into thin air. I tell you, Senor Alcalde, one moment they were there digging, then a flash of lightning came and thunder, and they just
They just disappeared.
Was it still light enough to see?
Yes, then. I dropped into the foundation, and I grabbed a shovel, and I tried to dig. And it hit something solid like lava. After I cleared away the loose earth, I could see that it was a great flat stone like... Well, I found an edge, and I tried to pry it, but you couldn't budge it. It must weigh tons. We've got to get a backhoe or a crane up there and try to find them.
Aye, we will do what we can. But I am afraid when we find them, it will be like the others.
What do you mean?
The gossip of the viejos has always been that some of the Aztecs fled through the pass in the mountains from the Valley Manzanillo and made a colony. That is why Vista de la Laguna bears la maledición del diablo. I think the professor and his daughter have been stolen as a sacrifice against the early rain.
I hadn't taken more than my shovelful of earth, scraping it off the hard surface below, before I knew what I was uncovering. An Aztec sacrificial stone. And at my next stroke, never mind the elements and the pyrotechnics around us, I must have struck some concealed spot that controlled a balance mechanism. For in a moment, both Maria and myself were flipped by the great stone into a chamber below. No sooner were we deposited there than the 5 or 6 ton slab reversed itself on some complex counterweight system and sealed us in this tomb. You all right, Maria?
Oh, yes, a few scrapes and bruises. You?
Nothing I can't live with, if we're going to live. But wait a minute.
What is it?
My lighter.
Where are we?
In a chamber under the sacrificial stone.
What sacrificial stone?
Our lovely Mountain Erie, looking out over the cove, was obviously an Aztec pyramid, covered centuries ago by either lava from an erupting volcano or just possibly the encroachment of hundreds of years of jungle growth growing in wind-blown earth.
Well, if the stone tipped one way, it can tip the other, can't it?
If we can find out how to do it while there's oxygen or light enough left. Look for some counterweights. Maybe we can trace what operates them.
Maybe Bill can do something from up above.
Yeah, maybe. This light won't last long. But there's one good sign.
What?
We're not sealed in. There's air coming from someplace. Wait. Here it is. A staircase. Going down.
Where would that take us?
Perhaps to the burial vault. Perhaps to ground level. And the way the Aztec priests used to climb unseen to the temple. Yeah, the air smells fresh enough. Should we try it?
Why not?
Just a curious feeling I have.
You're trying to hold something back from me. What is it?
I don't know how to tell you. It's a ridiculous, superstitious feeling. But I have this inescapable certainty that if we do descend these stairs again and come out into the world again, it won't be the same one we know.
You don't have to put it into words. I have the same feeling. That it won't be back into the 20th century, but somehow, through some time warp, we'll be thrown back 400 years. Is that it?
Yes.
To a civilization you've studied most of your life. Isn't that what you want?
There are two of us, darling. It certainly isn't what you want. No. We stay here and wait and see if Bill can't exhume us.
What is it, Alcalde? La grua is... what you call it? The crane is fallen off the road.
Oh, Lord.
The rain has made the edges soft. Now we must send for another one to pull this one back up again.
If they're trapped under that stone, they could smother to death.
It is unfortunate, Senor Bill, but que se puede hacer para creer en Dios.
Well, God or somebody had better get a move on.
Daddy.
Yes?
Is it hard to breathe?
Yes.
What time is it?
I can't see without my glasses. Yeah. Can you read my wristwatch?
Looks like a little after 5:30.
Should be daylight pretty soon.
Oh, that That means we've been trapped here for over 8 hours. Oh, it is hard to breathe. And I'm cold.
I guess neither of us were dressed for an adventure like this. Me in shorts and a thin Mexican cotton shirt, and you in that Perea you bought at the club.
Lovely for Tahitian shores, but not made for catacombs.
One way or another, as we're dressed, we could pass for ancient Aztecs, or Toltecs, or some related tribe.
One way or the other, we may be joining my ancestors if we don't get somewhere warmer and with more air.
I think you're right, darling. I guess we'll have to try the steps. If we only had some light.
Oh, I have a match folder in my bra. I left my cigarettes on the bank when I jumped into the fountain ditch.
If there was only something we could just make a torch out of.
We don't need one.
What?
We'll light a match when we need one. But we can feel our way. It isn't that far down.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I just know. There's the start of it. Keep your hand on my shoulder. I'll lead the way.
You sound as if you know it.
I feel as though I'm beginning to remember.
Remember what?
Oh, the match went out. Where I came from. What I was meant for. Where I must go. Come, Father. They are waiting.
Light a match, Maria.
None left. It doesn't matter. I know the way. This is the last step, except one. The step to open the great stone. Watch, Father.
You have returned again, great Princess Itzlacan.
I heard you call, High Prince Kalkumu. I heard my people's cry for help.
Tlaloc, the rain god, hurls down his spears of driving water to destroy the corn, the life of our people. What sacrifice can we offer him to spare us all?
Who else but the morning star? Come, make me ready for what must be done.
No, Maria.
Seize
no.
the old man.
No, you
Keep
must
him
be
quiet.
You must be mad, or we must be. This is the 20th century.
What?
1975.
What is this? 1975.
The date on your calendar. The Aztec calendar. What day is this?
Why, any fool know that. This is the 9th cycle. 7 rabbit, 2 crocodile.
7 rabbit, 9 times 52, 9. Oh, my God!
What is it, Father?
We've walked down those stairs and out into the past 400 years ago in 1575.
From the moment the great stone ground open and let them out into the light at the base of a great pyramid, they have spoken in Nahuatl, the speech of the Aztec. The professor haltingly, as with a foreign tongue, but Maria fluently and confidently, as though it were her own. Is she the reincarnation of some ancient princess, dead for over 400 years? I'll return shortly with Act 3. The sun was barely over the mountains as they walked away from the base of the great pyramid towering between them and the sea. The professor, looking about it, was transfixed with mingled disbelief and wonder. All around him, scattered in the foothills, surrounding the pyramids on 3 sides, were the woven thatched huts of a complete Aztec settlement. High above, where he and his daughter had stood last night, planning to build a house, were the temples and the sacrificial stone.
Maria.
Yes, Father, what is it?
Can you believe what we're seeing?
I believe because I remember and speak in Nahuatl. It is not seemly to talk in a foreign language before the high priest.
Oh, the devil with him for the moment. I'm more concerned about you. What's happening to you? Maria, this is a dream. A fantasy. It can't be real.
But it is real.
Darling, it's impossible. Look, only last night, you and Bill and I were standing on top of this great pyramid here, only it was buried in the debris of centuries, and we were planning...
Bill?
Sure. Bill, the boy you're in love with. Oh, don't try to kid me that you're not.
Bill? I can't quite remember.
Look up there. He must be going frantic trying to find a way to get us out of the trap we fell into.
I see no one there but the temples and the stone. Do you?
Well, no, not at the moment.
What do you and the old one talk of in these strange words, Princess Istlacan?
It is of no matter, Calcumul. He speaks our tongue less smoothly. The rain clouds are gathering again.
The smoking mirror god frowns on us, and Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, has deserted us in our need. Last year there was a drought. We lost a third of our people. If the corn is lost this year, we perish.
I will go to my place to make ready. Take my father and make him drink of Ockley, so his spirit is prepared for what must be.
It shall be as you say, Princess.
Father, you stay here. There's something I have to do.
No, Maria. I'm not letting them separate us.
Come, old man, you will do as you are told. Here you mean nothing. Seize him.
No, no.
You shall not harm him.
He will not be harmed. You have my word.
I will see you, my father. Pray for me and the god of the sun to keep the rain from us.
No, Maria. No. Don't go.
There is nothing you or any man can do. It is written in the stars. Come. Drink of Ockley and look for forgetfulness.
Okay, back her up slowly. Easy she goes. Lord, I hope that cable holds. Okay, she's starting to come. Watch it! Anyone hurt?
No, senor, he's okay.
Is this the only crane in the county?
Si, senor.
Oh, the best we can do is a bulldozer. Okay, we'll rig another cable and try again. At least the rain has stopped.
Senor, don't you think by now it's too late?
It can't be too late. I must do everything to save Maria, even if it means giving my own life.
As they dragged me away from my daughter, a sudden lassitude seized me. I felt old and useless and out of my depth. It was incredible that facing me, about me, around me, everywhere I turned, was the dream of an archaeologist's life. To see an Aztec village in full operation, in its own time. But that's where the madness lay. I'm no believer in time warps, or fourth and fifth dimensions. No, I could not accept this moment as the 16th century. But the horrible gnawing fear was that my daughter could, and did, and somehow belonged. Calcumul.
Yes, old man.
How came you here, where no other Aztec clan has come?
After the fall of Montezuma, we were either made slaves or scattered to the wind. Some of us found a pass through the mountains here, and found the place by the sea to the west, and we found it good. And the white man and Cortez did not know to follow, so we were safe.
But the Aztecs were not sea people.
No, and here cannot grow our chinampas and our milpas. The cornfields do not produce so well, so we must try to make the best of it. That is why we must make so many sacrifices to the gods.
Is that what you expect my daughter to do?
It is not what I ask. It is why she is sent.
What do you mean?
You do not know that many years ago, when first we came here and would have died for food, that she mounted the 114 steps to the temple, and by her sacrifice saved the corn and the village. You do not know, you who bring her here again. Are you not from the gods, too?
In a way. I don't know how to explain it to you, Calcumul, but we are from 9, nearly 10 sheaves ahead in time, from a world you will never live to see. Or your children or their children after them.
Ah, You come to destroy us.
If you must have a sacrifice, take me, not my daughter.
You are not a royal princess, or from a royal house.
I am her father.
So you say. Of you, I know nothing. Of the princess, I have seen with my own eyes the living pictures, the Toltecs traced of her inside the temples. We must put our faith in her.
I won't let you harm her.
What can you do? You are old and weak. See that he is made to drink of Ockley, so he loses himself in dream.
By damn, we did it! Okay, now come on! Let's get the crane down to the mesa and get that stone block lifted!
Why are you not dressed and ready, as I am, Princess?
I don't know. You are not as you were before.
Before?
The other time.
Ah, no. No, this time I wear one of the dreaded conqueror's helmets. A metal we do not know called iron. It is a symbol of great power. The drums have begun. It is time. No more waiting.
Calcamul, listen to me. Do you believe I come from the gods?
Yes, Princess, but the clouds are gathering about the sun already.
Then if you believe I do, will you not listen to me?
To hear what?
That our gods are false gods. That sacrifice brings nothing in return. This was the message I was sent to bring back to you.
I do not accept it. You speak with the forked tongue of the strangers from across the eastern sea. I go now to the temple and the stone. If you do not follow me by yourself, I will first offer up the old one who came with you.
No!
Then I give you time to make your peace with the gods. By the time the sun is one more hand's breadth over the mountains, if you do not start to mount the steps, the old one will be dead.
Have you ever tried to wake yourself from a nightmare beyond belief and failed? I can't explain the feeling that I was part of this ancient culture, that something like this had happened before, that perhaps I was facing destiny. But other things had begun to flood back into my consciousness. A modern world, a very sweet guy named Bill that I thought I... And then the only person in my mind's eye was my father. Already stricken by my mother's early death, being dragged up that inside flight of stairs to the sacrificial stone, his chest bared to the plunge of the obsidian knife, and... No! Listen to me who can hear. All things on earth have their term, and in the most joyous career of their vanity and splendor, their strength fails and they sink into the dust. The things of yesterday are no more today, and the things of yesterday shall cease, perhaps on the morrow. Let us cast aside the horrors of the tomb and reach only for the brilliance of the sun. The shadow's cast of death brings the stars no brilliance. Let us, everyone, seek and make his own future and his own heaven. No one else can make it for you.
The rain is almost upon us. Forget the old fool. Seize the princess. Throw her upon the stone. Spread eagle her. Bare her chest. O smoking mirror god, whose breath and heat we quail from in fear. O Tlaloc, god of the rains, hear us and accept this sacrifice we offer you. As now I raise the knife on high, ready to offer you the gift of the Princess Istakan's pulsing heart. Offer us thy blessing in the moment before I strike.
happened?
A bolt of lightning went straight to Calcumel's iron helmet as though he were a lightning rod.
Oh, but the explosion.
A volcanic eruption. Probably what buried this civilization 4 centuries ago.
You mean we're back in the present?
Locked in. Yeah, in our own tomb.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Maria, the oxygen almost gone.
The stairs.
There are no stairs. Blocked by the rubble of centuries. Even if there were, would you dare go down them again?
Oh, Daddy. Daddy, hold me. I don't want to die.
Then perhaps we could offer a prayer. Not to false gods, but to the true one. Almighty God, Almighty Father, I ask this, not for myself who have lived long enough, but only for my daughter. I ask for her the gift of life.
Maria! Professor, are you all right?
Oh, yes, Bill, yes.
They're all right. They're alive.
Gracias a Dios.
Oh, Daddy, we're alive.
Yes, thanks to... Did you hear what the alcalde said? Thanks to the blessing of God.
Did Professor Wells and his daughter walk down those steep stairs into an ancient world to find they were the reincarnation of 400-year-old Aztecs? Or was it all an illusion? A haunting thought to live with, but what is far more important to both of them is just to be alive. I'll be back shortly. Just one further note before I leave you. Excavations now in progress at Vista de la Laguna prove beyond a doubt that there was an Aztec village there some 400 years ago that was buried in tons upon tons of lava and ashes from a volcanic explosion. And in one of the temples, there is a painting of the Princess Itlaca, which bears a remarkable resemblance to Mrs. William Hallam, née Maria Wells. It's a tantalizing thought that maybe, well, it's only speculation. We'll have to let it go at that. Our cast included Fred Gwynne, Jennifer Harmon, Mason Adams, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. From almost the beginning of time, The tellers of tales have been fascinated by the story of the being who leaves this life, makes a short trip to the regions of the dead, and then tries to find his way back again into the land of the living. Not always an easy thing to do. In fact, the ancient Roman poet Virgil said, if we may be permitted to update his words a bit, "The way down to hell is a cinch, but the way back may present a few difficulties." Our story involves just such a trip.
Why are you torturing me this way? You, my own mother.
I'm not your mother. Your mother is dead. What you see before you.
It's horrible. I'm afraid of you. Where's the love you always showed for me, the kindness, the gentleness?
Look into my eyes. What do you see?
Dead, black, yellow eyes with no pupils. Show pity on me, Katie. Show mercy.
I have no mercy, no pity. I am a body without a soul. A living corpse that wishes you everything evil. Nothing but evil. Because I loathe and despise you, my son.
Our mystery drama, The Death of Halpin Fraser, is based on the classic short story by the celebrated American author Ambrose Bierce. It was adapted and especially written for the Mystery Theater by Arnold Moss. It stars Michael Wager. The end of life is often accompanied by greater changes than many of us will admit. We have heard, for example, that the spirit of a dead person may occasionally come back to haunt the living, taking the physical form of the body that spirit once inhabited. But there are other times, we are told, when the body returns without the spirit, without the soul that had animated that body in life. Our story is concerned with just such a phenomenon. A dark night in the midsummer of the 1870s. A young man waking from a dreamless sleep in a forest near the Napa Valley in California lifted his head from the earth and, staring into the blackness, screamed,
"Catherine! Catherine LaRue!"
He says nothing more. He knows no reason why he should have spoken that particular name. The young man is Halpin Fraser, and although he is unaware of it at that moment, Halpin Fraser is in the deepest of trouble. Earlier that same day, he had gone hunting in the hills west of the valley, looking for doves and other such small game. Late in the afternoon, the sky had suddenly become overcast with threatening clouds, and he had lost his bearings.
Where am I? Is this the way back? If I turn right at this rotting tree stump... No, right seems to lead nowhere. Everything's become so dark. How long have I been walking? It must be hours. Oh, I'm completely exhausted. My legs, I can't lift my legs another step. They're like lead. My head. Wait a minute. That little clearing over there near the twisted roots of that large madrona tree, wouldn't it be the sensible thing to stop trying to find my way in the dark? Yeah, I'll go to sleep right here. Sleep. I must get some sleep. And in the morning, when it gets lighter, everything'll be fine.
With nothing under him but the dry leaves and the damp earth, and nothing over him but the branches from which the leaves had fallen, and the sky from which the earth had fallen, Halpin Fraser fell asleep. Hours later, in the middle of the night,
Catherine! Catherine LaRue!
Catherine LaRue? Who is Catherine LaRue?
I don't know. I have no idea who are you. I can't see you.
Get up, Halpin. Up. And start walking.
Walk where? It's still dark.
Along that dusty road in front of you.
It looks so white. Where's that strange yellow-green light coming from? It's blinding.
Keep walking.
Where does this road lead? Where are we going? Why, as I walk on my feet making no sound?
Look around you.
Yes.
Your body is casting no shadow.
True. Why should that be? What are those noises? Those broken whispers in a strange tongue. I almost understand them.
But not quite. What do you think they are? What do you think they're saying?
I don't really know. Those sounds seem like part of some monstrous conspiracy against me, a conspiracy against my body and against my soul. What are they?
Keep walking, Halpin. You will soon find out.
I'm tired and thirsty. I must find something to drink.
Where are you going, Halpin?
Over there, there's a depression in the ground. Where a wheel has passed, there's a little pool from a recent rain. I'm going to drink from it.
Go ahead, Halpin. Cup your hands and drink deeply. Drink fully.
There's no water at all. It's a pool of blood. My hands are dripping blood.
Look down at the patches of dust between the wheelways and the roads.
It's spattered with red as if it'd been raining blood. Where are we? Who are you?
Keep walking, Halpin. Halpin, have you considered that possibly you're being punished for something?
Punished? For something I've done, something I can't recall.
Think back. Try to reconstruct in your memory the last 10 years of your life.
No, I can't! I won't!
Think back, Halpin. Think very hard. Think back. Think back. Think back.
Halpin, it would seem your mother has done it again. Her party tonight is surely the peak of the Nashville social season.
Mother certainly does know how to give a party.
Look at all those beautiful young women twirling around in their pretty party dresses. And the young men so handsome and gallant as they dance with them.
In spite of the fact that some of those young men have only one arm or one eye. Thanks to bleeding their hearts out at places like Chickamauga and Bull Run.
Well, that's all past, son. We mustn't think back. Besides, we can be grateful that, thanks to some of my good friends, you were spared the worst dangers of the battlefield.
How well I know, Father.
Will you just take a look at old Ben Ashford cavorting around on the dance floor with that handsome young lady? Spry as a man half his age. Get to know old Ben, son. A real good man to know.
I'm sure of it, Father.
A person of great power can be most helpful to a young man beginning his career in the profession of the law. Are you listening to me, Halpin?
Excuse me, Father. My mind was on something else for the moment.
Oh, I think I see what you mean. Isn't that Oscar Shelby's daughter over from Memphis?
That's right. Mary Ellen Shelby.
Yeah. Juicy little morsel, isn't she? I admire your taste.
Oh, Fraser, what dark and terrible thoughts are you trying to implant in the innocent mind of my darling son?
Evening, Katie. You look beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You both enjoying yourselves?
It's a fine party, Katie.
Oh, just trying to be a good wife to you, Ben. And a devoted mother to you, Halpin. It's not every day that a young man just 6 months out of law school is promoted to a junior partnership in one of the most distinguished legal firms in the state. I'm real proud of you, Halpin, my love. This party's just my way of showing it.
Well, I did help a little, you know.
Oh, look, there's Sue Cameron over there waving to me. Will you excuse me, Halpin, while I hobble over to her on these poor arthritic legs of mine and see what's on her mind? Oh, and Halpin, after the party, do come into my bedroom and kiss me goodnight like a good boy, won't you? So many things I want to talk to you about.
Her poor arthritic legs, her poor arthritic brain. There's nothing wrong with her legs. You know as well as I do, Halpin, she's still using that one to get your sympathy. She'll be asking you to dance with her any minute.
Would you please excuse me, Father?
Certainly, son, and convey your father's compliments to Mary Ellen Shelby. That's one of the prettiest pieces of woman flesh I've seen in many a day.
Thank you, Father. I think you ought to know I'm about to ask that pretty piece of woman flesh to be my wife.
But you're a grown man, Halpin. There's no reason for you to submit to these humiliations any longer.
I will not listen to you talk about my mother.
Halpin, dear, you just refuse to face the truth. The attachment she has for you
is beautiful.
Beautiful? Is that what you think?
My Katie is devoted to me as I am to her.
The way your mother thinks of you is not with the usual devotion of a mother for her son. And you even call her by her first name.
I love my mother.
But it's proper you should. But
let's not talk about it anymore. Oh, the important thing right now is you and me. You know I love you more deeply and more completely than anything in this whole world.
You love me well enough to leave Tennessee, to accept the offer your firm has made to establish a branch office in San Francisco, 2,500 miles away from Nashville, with very few chances of ever returning.
I think so.
And breaking out of this sick iron grip of your mother and father holding you in, because that's what you're going to have to do. If you want me.
As long as you're by my side, my wise, my intelligent, my obstinate, my beautiful darling, I can do anything.
Oh, I love you, Halpin, with all my heart, my body, and my soul. Kiss me.
I'll tell Mother my decision tonight. After everyone's left.
Oh, there you are, you two naughty children. Hiding away from the rest of us?
Oh, not really, Katie.
We thought we'd sit this one dance out, Mrs. Fraser. You have no idea how enjoyable it is to spend a moment or two alone with your very charming son.
I have a very good idea, my dear. And I'm delighted to share it with you. But just for a moment or two. Besides, such beauty as yours, Miss Shelby, should not be hidden from the public view.
Would you both excuse me, please? I'll be right back.
Well, there's no denying that Mary Ellen Shelby's a very attractive young woman. In a common sort of way.
Mother. Katie. Mary Ellen and I are planning to get married.
You can't really mean that, Halpin.
I do, Katie. I've asked her to marry me.
Oh, but you're still a child. How can you be thinking about marriage?
I am 22, Katie.
Exactly. Have your little fun, I say, if you must, but marry?
Why, in heaven's name, why not?
Well, you're just beginning your career as a lawyer. A career that promises to be a brilliant one. Besides, nobody could ever separate us from each other. Could they, Halpin? Well, I'm not yet ready to give you up to another woman.
I'm sorry I was gone so long. Forgive me.
We'll be serving supper in the next 5 minutes. Before we do, Halpin, Mr. Fraser, sir, I would be honored to be asked for the pleasure of this next dance.
I'm awfully sorry, Mother. I promised it to Mary Ellen.
You have?
And the dance after that. And the one after that.
You've made a fine beginning, Halpin. Keep thinking back and keep walking straight ahead, straight through this archway, this tunnel of overhanging trees.
Oh, twisted yellow vines are blocking my way. They're catching me at the throat, choking me.
Just follow the glare of that greenish light ahead of you, at the end of the tunnel. You haven't far to go. Just a few more steps, Halpin.
Halpin, Fraser.
Mother!
We meet again, Halpin. I told you we would. It's taken a long time. Such a long time since they placed me in my grave.
We read that the grave unites us all. The grave where even the great find rest. That small piece of the churchyard that fits every one of us. And for most, a grave gives comfort. But for some, as we are about to see, the grave becomes a place of unrest rather than a place of rest. I'll return shortly with Act Two. Ambrose Bierce himself, on whose story the death of Halpin Fraser is based, gave this definition of a grave. Done with the work of breathing, done with all the world, the mad race run, through to the end. The golden goal attained is found to be a hole. Having left its grave, its hole, if you like, the dead body of Halpin Fraser's mother taunts her son with a promise she made when she was among the living.
Look at me, Halpin. Look into my eyes. Look into the drawn, bloodless face of your mother standing here. Try to recall the promise I once made.
Stop torturing me. You and all the rest of you in this weird place of evil.
We will help in good time. Remember that night 10 years ago, after the ball, after all the others had gone, you came to my bedroom.
Remember? Sit closer to me, Halpin. Here, near the head of the bed. Now, be a darling, and massage the back of my neck, the littlest bit. Gently, lovingly, as long as you can.
Oh, Katie, your hair's so long and so beautiful. And it smells so sweet.
Oh.
How's that? Feel good?
Oh, wonderful, sweetheart. Wonderful. Your fingers are so strong. I'm beginning to relax for the first time in days.
Katie, would you greatly mind if I decided to move to California, to San Francisco?
I'm not sure I understand you, son.
My firm has asked me to set up a new branch in California. They think there can be a great future there for the company and for me.
Surely you'll never go. Well, you don't mean you seriously think of moving away from Nashville forever?
Oh, possibly. And Mary Ellen would go with me as my wife.
I just never thought you'd have the heart to do this to me, Halpin. Not after all we've been meant to each other.
Send us away with your blessing, Katie. It's the best way.
Well, all last night, I lay awake, tortured by this miserable, painful arthritis, my fingers, my legs. And by the light of the full moon that was pouring in through the window, I kept staring at that portrait of you on the wall over there.
Katie, please.
Now, don't interrupt me. There you were, as you are now, young, strong, handsome. And as I gazed at that painting, a mist A cloud of some kind seemed to cover over your beautiful features, to cover your face completely. As I looked, I realized it had been painted as if a thin cloth had been placed over your sweet face. The kind of cloth that's placed over the features of a corpse.
Oh, Katie, that's ridiculous. Look at that painting now.
Now, you must not laugh at me. As I continued to study the painting, I saw below the edge of the cloth the dark blue marks of fingers on your throat, as if you had been strangled to death.
Mother, why do you tell me this? Now, what is that supposed to mean?
It means that you may never go to California.
Katie, dear, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I can hardly bring myself to say this, but if you go, somehow you will meet your death there in the next few years.
By strangulation.
Now, don't you take it lightly. I know what I'm saying. You take me with you. Oh, I'd be so little trouble. I hear they have fine medicinal springs over there. And in California, I could get better, and I could take care of my little boy. See that nothing evil ever happens
Katie,
to him.
you listen to me.
You will be killed if you leave me. So will the Shelby girl. And I will die, too.
Katie, Mary Ellen and I have decided we are leaving in a week.
Well, in that case, I suppose there's nothing for me to do except give you the blessing you asked for.
Thank you, Katie.
Well, as a wedding present for your wife, I'll give her the brooch I wore tonight at the party.
Grandma's pink coral brooch?
And her mama's before her. Been in the family almost 200 years. And for you, well, go over to my dresser and open the top drawer on the right. You see anything unusual?
This hunting knife?
That's for you. My papa's pearl-handled hunting knife, forged out of the finest Toledo steel. And take that little portrait of me in the gold frame, too.
Oh, thank you, Katie. You are most generous as well as understanding. Mary Ellen will be pleased, and I am most grateful.
Kiss me good night, Halpin.
Good night, my darling Katie.
No matter where you go, no matter what may happen, I promise you that you and I will surely meet again. Sometime, somehow, someplace. I will not break that promise. Good night, my love.
Oh, you coming to bed soon, Halpin?
On my way, Mary Ellen. Oh, what a night. In all the years we've been in California, this must be the worst. Glad I didn't have to try to get around the streets of San Francisco tonight. What's that you've been reading?
Oh, a little thing I picked up at the bookshop this afternoon by a 16th century English theologian. For greater change is wrought by death than hath been generally believed, whereas in general the spirit of a dead man cometh back upon occasion, yet it hath happened that the body without the spirit hath sometimes walked.
What kind of morbid nonsense is that?
Listen to the rest. And it is attested by those who have encountered a corpse so raised from the dead that the cadaver hath none of the natural kindly affection it may have had in life, but only hate and evil altogether.
You know the words, a dead person can come back without a spirit and without a soul. Only in the shape of the body it had in life.
And comes back as something hateful and ugly. He says it's happened.
Oh, my darling, that is positively, unequivocally fascinating. May I have that precious book, please?
What are you doing, Halpin?
Tossing it in the wastebasket where it belongs. Oh, it's silly to bother your pretty head with such depressing and disturbing thoughts. Now, if you don't mind, I am going to concentrate on you. Both soul and body.
Both.
With your kind permission, my darling Katie.
Your darling who? I am not Katie.
Oh, forgive me, sweetheart. That was a stupid slip of the tongue. Whatever made me do that?
And so, my dear son, on Sunday last, your darling mother and my beloved wife passed on to her Maker. She was buried, of course, in the family cemetery here in Nashville. A pity you could not have been with her at the end. As she gasped her final breath, the last words she spoke were, "Write Halpin that I shall keep my promise. He and I will meet again." What exactly she meant by that, I haven't the slightest idea. In any event, the widow Struthers and I send you and your wife our kindest regards and warmest feelings. Your devoted father, Bo Fraser.
I had the feeling all day long before this letter came that something was wrong.
Oh, I can understand how you feel, Halpin.
The letter is dated almost a month ago.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Halpin. Oh, now put out the light and do try to get some sleep. You said you had a busy day tomorrow.
I have. Good night, sweetheart.
Good night, dear.
Where were you when I needed you most?
I couldn't help it.
I died without the solace of my son's gentle hands on my cheek, without his warm lips on my forehead. You never loved me, Halpin, did you? Never really loved me.
You know, that's not true. I always loved you, Kate. I always will.
Halpin, are you all right?
What?
Are you all right?
What?
Can I get you something?
I'm fine, Mary Ellen.
You've been talking in your sleep again. Oh, my darling, try to go back to sleep.
I don't think I can.
Oh, let me get you a cup of warm milk.
Oh, no, thank you, Katie. I don't think it...
Katie? Not again, Halpin.
I'm sorry.
Katie is dead, and we are both well rid of her.
I loved my mother.
That was always plain enough. To me and to the rest of the world.
You take care of what you're saying.
Halpin, I will not be forced to compete for your love and your affection with a dead woman. She played on your sympathies with a whole bag of cheap female...
You are speaking of my mother, a sick woman.
A very sick woman. Oh, but not the way you mean. You were her disease. You, her young, handsome son, tied to her with an unbreakable cord that led right back to her womb.
Mary Ellen, I think you said enough.
Well, you've asked for it. Her strong young son who turns out to be nothing but a sad little weakling.
Mary Ellen!
Spit!
That's enough!
Oh.
You will never speak to me that way again. You understand?
And that is the last time you will ever strike me. The very last.
Where are you going? What are you up to?
Here are your precious mother's wedding gifts. The pink coral brooch she gave to me, which I have never worn.
My grandmother's brooch, you've broken it.
And this picture of your darling mother can keep it company.
Mary Ellen.
And here's your grandfather's beautiful pearl-handled hammer.
Are you out of your mind? Put down that knife.
We'll not until I...
Drop that knife, you fool. Careful, you... Careful, give me that knife. You cut me across my arm. Give me that knife.
Try to get away from me, you mama's boy, you great big nothing who just looked like a man.
Watch out, Mary Ellen. I have the knife now.
Go back to your mother's grave and let her sucker you.
No!
Help me! Slash my throat. My neck is covered with blood. I can't see you murder. You murder.
Remember that night, Halpin? That scream in the middle of the night. You begin to remember.
You begin to realize why you are here.
I'm not sure.
Do you begin to realize where you are?
I think... Yeah, maybe I do.
A place from which few of us return.
Are you beginning to recognize who I am?
That voice of yours is so familiar. I'm sure I know it.
It should be familiar, Halpin. And you should know it.
Who are you?
I am you, Halpin. You.
It would seem that Halpin Fraser is being exposed to what we might call cruel and inhuman punishment. Cruel? Maybe. Inhuman or unhuman? No question. Will this unusual form of punishment come anywhere near fitting the crime? We'll find out when I return shortly with Act 3. In ancient Britain, a dead body, a corpse, was also known as a lich. At the entrance to the cemetery, the coffin which carried the remains of the deceased would pass under the roofed lich gate and be placed with attendant ceremony on a lich stone to await the arrival of the priest or clergyman. The lich gate was sometimes called the resurrection gate. The body or lich of Katie Fraser, devoid of spirit or soul, seems to have resurrected itself. It continues to torment Halpin Fraser.
Why are you doing this to me? Are you trying to tell me that my being here some kind of atonement?
For the murder of Mary Ellen.
Ripping open the throat of your young wife.
That is the very least you have to atone for.
She was trying to kill me. Everybody knows that.
Do they really believe that?
Of course.
Then why did you run away from San Francisco the day your wife was placed in her grave?
Why did you hide away in that little mountain town?
A town where your murdered wife was buried.
In the graveyard of the little white church.
The little white church.
I don't know.
Did you think changing your name after you came to the little town would help?
You're trying to confuse me, both of you.
But you did change your name, Halpin. From Fraser to LaRue. Of all names, why did you choose that one? LaRue! Why?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Why? You torture me this way. You, Katie, you above all my own mother.
I am not your mother. Your mother is dead.
Where's the love you always showed for me? Where's the kindness, the gentleness? They all seem to be swallowed up in fear.
And hatred, Halpin. Cold hatred.
Why do you hate me?
You still don't know why.
I will not stay here and listen to you too.
No? Where will you go?
Where, Halpin? You'd like to run away? Go ahead.
I can't. I feel like lead, as if they were glued to the ground. They won't move.
Try your arms, your hands, your fingers.
I can't move them either. It's as if they were frozen stiff. Oh, take pity on me.
The apparition which you see before you has no pity, no feeling. It's an empty shell of hatred, a body without a soul. And this living corpse wishes you everything evil, nothing but evil, because it loathes and despises you.
Oh, God, help me, Katie. Help me!
Holka! The night fog is so thick I can hardly see. This way! And stay as close as you can.
Hear those voices, Halpin.
They're coming to get you.
What'll I do?
You're going to feel the agony of the hangman's noose around your neck.
You'll hear the loud snap as it
breaks. I won't listen to you!
Remember the dark blue marks I saw around your neck on your portrait?
I remember the marks of the hangman's rope!
The time has come, Halpin. The last breath is about to be squeezed out of your body.
Save me from them!
How much further, Jarlson? Little White Church? No more than half a mile.
There's no graveyard next to it.
Imagine 2 grown men, you a county sheriff and I a big city detective, walking along a road on a miserable, foggy morning like this, where you can't see your hand in front of your face, on their way to a little country graveyard.
You know, I didn't get you here armed all the way from San Francisco just for a pleasant walk.
There is the matter of the $500 reward for the capture of wife killer, Mr. Halpin Fraser, most recently known as LaRue.
Every night, he comes to the old deserted graveyard with the little white church.
Well, that's where they buried his wife.
Couldn't you fellas have sense enough to suspect that he might sometime come back to pay a visit to her grave?
Well, in fact, we figured it'd be the very last place he'd return to.
He's been there every night for the last 3 weeks, and often stays till dawn. He's armed. Matter of fact, one night last week, he took a shot at me. If we can take him, half the reward is yours, of course.
How much further?
A couple of 100 yards or so. Hold it a minute. Look at that strange light ahead of us.
Even through this thick fog, kind of sickly, greenish-yellow light. Could that be him?
They found something. Don't move! All right, let's go. Follow me into the graveyard and watch your step.
Right behind you.
Just past this broken gate. All right. Quiet down, boys. Quiet. Well, there's nothing here.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. You'd never even know these were graves. Just discolored stones and a few rotting boards leaning at the craziest angles.
Some of the folks who live near here call it the village of the forgotten dead. There's that strange light again. Like a green ball of light swirling around in space on its own axis.
Seems to be beckoning to us. Shall we go see what it is?
Now, careful. Let's push our way through this growth of young trees.
The dogs are onto something.
I don't see anything yet.
Well, let's follow that light.
What on earth are they after? Mr. Holker, look over there.
The body of a man lying on top of a grave.
On his back. Legs wide apart.
One stiff arm reaching up into the air as if to push someone away, and the other near the throat. Both hands tightly clenched.
It's beginning to disintegrate.
He's been dead for weeks. Until we can file a formal report with the county coroner, let's make note of what we've got here.
I've got a notebook and a pencil.
Good. Now take this down. Attitude of the deceased indicates desperation and resistance. To what?
Look here. There's a shotgun, a mesh game bag, remains of 2 birds.
Now write this down. Evidence of furious struggle. The throat and face deep purple in color, almost black. The neck bent backwards, the eyes staring, ready to burst from their sockets.
The lips dry and cracked open.
The protruding tongue, black and swollen, throat covered with contusions. Not just finger marks, but bruises and lacerations.
I'll bet $5 this was done by Fraser, the man we're looking for.
You better save your money, Geraldson. Look there at his feet under those leaves.
Little red leather notebook. The initials HF on the cover.
Anything in it?
Something scrawled in red ink. Hardly legible.
Red ink?
With some kind of crude writing instrument.
Can you make it out?
I, Halpin Fraser, most recently known as Halpin LaRue. LaRue being my mother's maiden name. Admit to the murder of my wife, Mary Ellen Fraser. I'm now about to face my own death. Death by strangulation. Well, I guess that settles the identity of the body.
Now, how would he know he was going to be strangled and still be able to write about it?
I'm just reading what's written.
Well, let's clear away some of the weeds in front of the headstone.
Mary Ellen Fraser. He was murdered on his own wife's grave.
Let's get the coroner up here right away. What did you step on?
Wooden board from the head of a grave, fallen on the ground.
Well, can you make out the lettering on the board?
Just barely. Paint's faded away and part of the board's rotted off. Let's see. It says, "Here lies Catherine LaRue, F.R.A." That's all there is of the name. Born January 29. Can't make out the year. Died June 13, 1874. Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville? Well, what on earth is the headboard of a grave in Nashville, Tennessee? A whole continent away. Doing here in a graveyard in the Napa Valley of California.
I wouldn't know, Mr. Holker. I wouldn't know.
Catherine LaRue. Catherine LaRue.
Yes, Halpin. Here I am. I've traveled a long way. A lonely way.
You and I, Kitty. We're together again. Together as we once were.
It's taken time. But at last you and I are one again, Halpin. One again. You two are a body without a spirit. A body without a soul.
Unloved. Unloving. Uncared for. Uncaring.
But we are together again. Aren't we, Halpin? My son.
The drenching fog that had been growing all over the little white church began to extend over the entire valley like an endless canopy, opaque and gray. The birds sat like silent ghosts in their hiding places, and two lost, abandoned souls found themselves united in an eerie graveyard, united in hatred, bitterness, and spite. I'll be back shortly. Ambrose Bierce, whose tale was the basis for our mystery, was born in a small town in Ohio in 1842. He moved to San Francisco, where his writing became extremely popular. In 1913, at the age of 71, he disappeared into Mexico. Every trace of him was lost forever. Is it conceivable that he, like Halpin Fraser, might have met his end at the hands of some Mexican lich? It's interesting to speculate. Our cast included Michael Wager, Grace Matthews, Arnold Moss, Patricia Elliott, and Court Benson. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. New York is a city of subways. Old, new, in construction, and projected. And of the masses of people who ride them daily, commuting to and from work. This is the story of an old and battle-scarred subway user, and a new spur line opened at last. And as usual, too late to achieve its objective, relieve congestion. But it did bring Alvin Freiberg a strange and wonderful freedom from the grinding daily tragedy of a life not worth living.
What's the matter, Al? You got an itch or something?
We're getting near 35th and Neely. I'm not passing it again.
This subway doesn't stop at that station.
Why?
How do I know? There's got to be a reason.
So how come the conductor doesn't know?
It's a brand new line. Call the transit authority.
I didn't get a chance. I got to know the truth about it just the same. Here it comes, 35th and Neely. This time I got to know.
What are you going to do?
Stop the train. I'm going to get off.
Are you crazy or something? Alvin, stay away from that emergency. What are you trying to do? Get us all
killed? Our mystery drama, The Phantom Stop, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Norman Rose. Al Freiberg and Marvin Schreiber shared the same treadmill. They both worked for Goldman Incorporated. Al as a pattern maker, Marv as a cutter. They both rode the subway morning and night. They both shared the same two-family house in Flushing, owned by Marvin. But of the two, Marv was the lucky one. When he came home, he came back to love and affection. What Al came home to was, well, that was something else again.
Is that you at last, Alvin?
Yes, Esther, I'm home.
You're late.
I'm late.
That's all you got to say?
What else should I say? I was making hanky-panky with one of the models.
Who'd give you even a look? Models I don't worry about, but you and that mob downstairs could have stopped maybe for a beer. Let me smell your breath.
I wouldn't advise it. I had a garlic pickle with lunch.
A comedian I married. So why you late?
Oh, Esther, have a heart. We're behind the fall deadline. We got to get out the garments.
Oh, don't give me a story that Fink Goldman's running you into overtime. He'd have a heart attack if he had to pay a dime over take-home pay.
Give a little, take a little. A few minutes overtime isn't going to make me run to the shop steward.
Give a little, sure. That's the story of your life. When did you take?
Person makes his own choices. Oh, I want to sit down. I've been on my feet all day. It was just the subway was late.
Now the subway don't run on time.
I mean, me and Marv, we missed the regular train.
Oh, he was working overtime too, huh?
No. He stopped to buy a present for his wife.
It's a pity you couldn't have the same excuse.
It's her birthday. You had yours.
Don't talk about birthdays and don't sit down. I want you to fix Rebecca's hairdryer.
What's the matter with it?
Would I ask you if I knew it doesn't work?
Well, couldn't she let her hair dry with God's own air for once?
What, in curlers?
She don't mind in the morning. Every time I eat a shredded wheat, I look up at her and think, what am I doing eating one of your sister's curlers? Hey, how come she don't wear her hair straight all the time? Nothing helps.
Tonight is special. She's going to the community center.
She's wasting her time. There isn't a nice boy who isn't already taken.
Essie! Is that Alvin at last?
Yeah, he just walked in.
Well, tell him to run down to the drugstore and get me some glow prune.
Couldn't she go down and get it herself all day? All she does is sit.
Her lumbago is bothering her.
Maybe she's just waking up to what she is, a big pain in the...
Is he going? I run out of hair set and I'm only half curled.
Half boiled is more like it.
Is that any way to talk about your own flesh and blood?
She's your sister.
Are you going down to the drugstore or not?
Yes. Glow prune, right?
Yeah, you might as well get the giant can. Then you can fix the hairdryer.
I should have been a barber. The things I could do with a razor.
Come on. Rebecca's waiting.
When I get home, can we eat?
Oh, just like a man. The only thing on his mind is his stomach.
To tell the truth, limping down the drugstore, the only thing on my mind was my sister-in-law. Except maybe my wife.
and the razor. The things that go through a man's mind, it would frighten you. What you could settle with one simple stroke. All day long at the shop, the boss screams at me. And then at night and weekends, I got my wife and her sister yelling at me. Oh, it's not like it used to be in the old days. With Sarah, my first wife. With Sarah, when I got home, it was altogether different.
Hello, Schatzi.
Hello, sweetheart.
Come into the living room and sit down. I got your slippers and the paper and a nice glass of tea with a little you-know-what. Come on, rest up a little before dinner.
Oh, you're such a good wife, Sarah.
Oh, what's so hard? I got a good man. Here, darling, sit. Oh, give me your shoes. Yeah. Now, how's business? Well, we'll talk later after we eat.
What's for dinner?
A favorite. Guess.
What's the difference? Anything you cook is my favorite. I never really realized how much Sarah meant to me until she died, and I married Esther. If Sarah had lived, it would have been just like Marvin and Rachel downstairs. Love, warmth, kids, a real family. I made more money, but he was the one with a life. Oh, Marv was a lucky guy with his Rachel.
Say goodnight to the kids, Marv.
Yeah. They're growing like weeds. Thank God they both look like you.
Oh, go on. Well, sit already and drink your coffee.
Where's yours?
Right over here.
Bring it to the sofa and sit with me.
Oh, I gotta do the dishes.
Come on. The dishes can wait. I'll help later.
You got anything in mind, Marvin? The kids aren't that much asleep. I mean...
Anytime I look at you, I got something in mind. But don't worry. It's not that. It's something else.
What's the matter? You didn't get laid off.
No. Nothing like that.
Hey, I told you, nothing.
That's just for love.
What did I do to deserve that, huh?
Just for being you. Boy, what a lucky guy I am.
All right, I wouldn't deny it. But how come you know it?
The way we are. And the way Alvin and Sarah used to be before. Why do some guys get all the breaks and the rest get a kick in the pants?
Oh, it was a terrible thing that happened to Sarah.
Bad enough to lose your first child, but a wife as well. Remember how it used to be with the four of us when we first moved into this house?
Sure, it was a whole family. 2-family house, but one family living in it.
Yeah, you, me, Sarah, Alvin. Dinner every Sunday. 1 week their turn, next one ours. Times were good. Remember the picnics at Jones Beach?
Oh, do I? Sarah's potato salad. Nobody could make potato salad like Sarah.
Oh, boy. And your pot roast? The best. And what a cut-up that Al used to be. He could have been on the stage. What laughs we had.
Oh, especially that last time, I remember, with Sarah and me both out here with our kids, and you wanted to take a picture. Oh, I miss Sarah. You know, I try to get on with Esther.
That loudmouth. She'd burn your ear off with nothing good to say about anybody. And the sister's worse.
Well, she can't help it if she's got a face that'd stop a horse.
She could keep her big nose out of everybody's business. What's the matter, Marvin? There's no heat in the house. You want us all to get pneumonia?
And she's always sick with something.
If it wasn't for Al, I'd find some way to kick him out and get new tenants.
Oh, you couldn't do that to Al?
No. He's the one who ought to get rid of them. God forgive me for saying it.
Well, why shouldn't he? I mean, they deserve it.
Not what I was thinking. And what sometimes I think lately Al could have on his mind.
What do you mean?
You know, knocking off either one of those two old crows ought to be justifiable homicide.
Marvin, what are you saying?
There never was a kinder or more gentle person than Alvin Freiberg. But you put a mouse in a bowl with a lid on and let him run around trapped. He ever gets that lid off, out comes a raging tiger. I don't know. Maybe it's all the violence, but Al worries me these days.
How come?
He daydreams a lot. Gets behind on his work. He drives Goldman frantic. And every so often, I'll see him pick up my cutting shears and just, kind of weigh them in his hand like they were
I don't know, like a weapon.
What are you suggesting? He's going to turn into a murderer or something? Al Freiberg? Ah, don't make me laugh.
But it wasn't something to laugh at. If only Rachel could have known. And Marv was right, though I didn't know he'd said it. These last years, like a hamster in a cage, that was me. Running around and around, going nowhere. I wouldn't mind so much, but Esther wouldn't have children. Not even a son to carry my name. There are times lately, like when Abe Goldman is trying to chisel on the patterns, when I find myself grabbing up Marv's shears and, I get such a pain in my chest. Everything goes black. By the time I see straight again, I'm worried what I might have done. Or like mornings. I shave with a straight razor, which was my father's, and sometimes, like the morning after Rebecca needed her hairdressing. Yeah.
You plan to spend all day in there?
I'm shaving. How come you're up so early?
The noise you make getting out of bed, who could sleep? Listen, could you spare the powder room a moment?
Well, can't you wait till I'm finished?
It isn't me, it's Rebecca.
Oh, what's with Rebecca?
She's sick to her stomach.
Okay, I'll shave in the kitchen.
How come you're up so early?
Well, today Marv and I are trying the new subway which just opened. Just to be on the safe side, we're leaving early.
Well, better you come home early one of these evenings.
Now, what's in it for me? All right, Esther, don't get mad. Can't I make a joke? Look, you want to have a cup of coffee with me before I leave?
What for? As soon as I get Rebecca straightened out, I need my beauty sleep. Have your coffee at the office.
You used to make it for me when we were first married.
I used to do a lot of things before I discovered what a nothing I married. Go into the kitchen, shave, will you, and let Rebecca use the ladies' room.
The ladies' room. That's what it comes down to now. I'm a stranger in my own house. I finished shaving, nicking myself twice without a mirror. Then I cleaned the razor and I thought about it. How quick it would be. And as long as it was sharp enough, how painless. And then, with a gasp, I thought to myself, for whom? What am I thinking? Me? Them? All three of us? And then all of a sudden, I had the pain in my chest, and I wondered. Indigestion. Gas. Take a bio-seltzer, finish shaving, and get to work, Alvin.
So, how do you like it?
What?
The new subway.
Who knows yet? Same sardines packed in a new can.
Here you got more room to breathe.
Still the same air, you want to call it that. You know, I thought maybe there'd be less people. If a guy could have one wish.
What'd you say?
I said, if a guy could have one wish, it would be not to travel Queens to New York and back in the rush hour.
It's not so bad. Count everything else in.
For you, maybe. What else have I got to look forward to either end?
Al, I've been meaning to talk to you.
No, look, not here. You couldn't hear yourself, but everybody else could. Hey.
What?
Here's a station we're passing. 35th and Neely Avenue. Hey, how come the train doesn't stop?
Express, I guess. I didn't see the station.
Clear as a nose on your face.
I wasn't looking. What's the difference? What could it matter in your life anyways?
What could it matter in Alvin Freiberg's life? Not a thing. Just another subway station passed by an express train that didn't stop there. 35th and Neely. From the first moment he read the designation, he knew that sometime he had to get off the subway there. I'll return with Act 2 shortly. It wasn't a good day in Alvin Freiberg's life. The patterns for the new styles were hard to work out. 70 yards of cloth on a bolt. You have to lay out the patterns so that you waste the least amount of material. If you're a first-rate firm, you don't cut corners. But if you're just an ordinary firm, and times are hard, there's a little temptation to shortchange.
I can't do it, Mr. Goldman.
Are you telling me I brought you up in the business? So we'll be a little tight with the seams. We'll still make up.
A little tight? Look, here under the arms and on the sides. A woman buys the wrong size, so she takes a deep breath and the seams go... Pfft.
That's her problem. She should buy the right size to begin with.
You know women. That's what always made our line. They could breathe a little buying undersize.
Are you telling me how to merchandise?
Look, I make patterns. That's all I know.
I made them before you were out of public school. I ask you to cut a few corners, and you have to give me an argument.
I want only the best for us, Mr. Goldman.
The same for me, but we got to go with the times.
I don't like to cheat.
Who's cheating? We cut a corner here and there. What are you, a conscience for the world? You're better than anyone else?
Maybe he was right. What was I? I sat there piecing the jigsaw of patterns on a bolt of cloth, and I wondered myself, let some customer lift her arm and split a seam, or eat too much and have the zipper split. Why should I care? What did I have left? No pride at home? Why try to have any at work? Even Marv couldn't shake me while we waited for the subway home.
Why'd you knuckle under?
What's the difference, Marv? He wants to cut short. How can I stop him?
It never pays off. And what you lay out, I gotta cut.
You know, once you'd have made me mad saying that. But now, what's to fight for? These days we're lucky to have a job.
That's all the business means to you?
Tell you the truth, nothing means much to me. I'm tired. Well, you got something to protect.
There's a seat. Grab it. Come on.
No, I'll stand.
You need it more than me. Now sit down, will you?
Okay. Maybe I do. But I wanted to ask the conductor or one of the guards about that station.
What station?
You know, the one we don't stop at. The 35th and Neely.
Who cares?
Me.
Why?
I don't know. Just something crazy. You wouldn't remember.
What wouldn't I remember?
Well, I could tell you, but what do I want to do? Broadcast a secret at the top of my lungs? Wait till we're home.
Okay. It's hard to hear you anyway. Read your paper.
I sat a little while with my eyes closed. The pain was in my chest again. Right through the back. The racket of the subway seemed very far away. And then I glanced at the paper in my lap, just to skip over the headlines. General Charles de Gaulle takes over premiership of France. So let him, what do I care? What? De Gaulle? But he's dead. He's long dead. I look again at the newspaper. The date. June 1st, 1958. I started to get Marvin's attention, but just then I realized that we were slowing down, ready to stop. I twisted to look out the window. 35th and Neely. I had to push and shove to get off. I was the only one. I went through the gate. There was a long flight of steps to the street. But my pain was gone. My legs, they felt 20 years younger. So did all of me. I could feel my heart lift, reach out expecting something. And I was right. I came out to the street. And, well, it was just before sunset. Everything was bathed in a rosy glow, a color you couldn't forget. And waiting for me was...
Alvin, 2 subways I waited. I thought maybe you'd missed your train.
You know the rush hours, Sarah. But why should you wait for me?
Why does any woman wait for her man? Love. Besides, I was shopping near here at the market, so why not give you a surprise?
Here, let me have the bag.
Yeah, sure.
I'll carry it. Hey, this is the old neighborhood.
Why so surprised?
35th, all right. But, Neely, that's not near us.
Oh, it's a new subway. So it's a little longer walk than the old stop. What's the difference when a person is young?
The way I feel.
So, why do we have to stand talking so much? Come on, let's go home.
Yeah, home.
Yeah, give me your hand. Let's walk like we used to.
You know, I don't know what's so good tonight. It seems so special.
Oh, it is special.
What's for dinner?
I shouldn't tell you. I should just surprise you.
So, surprise me.
Maybe I won't if you sound so indifferent.
Who's indifferent?
Oh, well, you'll find out anyway. It's strawberry blintzes with sour cream. You want to leave me for another woman?
I want to take you in my arms right here on 33rd Street and hug you.
Oh, you better not. I'll call the cops. No, darling, just wait till we get home. You want coffee or a glass of tea?
I just want you. Come on, sit by me on the couch.
Oh, I'm not sure I could trust you.
There's more than one kind of love, Sarah. This is just old people, quiet, just to touch, to know, to feel that you're there. And I'm next to you. Come on, sit.
Maybe just a little. Because you have to go.
What do you mean? How come I have to go?
Don't ask questions, Alvin. Just take what we got.
But this is my home. I'm not leaving.
You have to leave. Answer me one thing first.
Anything.
You won't let whatever happens change you? You'll stay the way you are?
Why should I change?
Supposing I wasn't alive.
Oh, Sarah, then I wouldn't be alive either.
Oh, it isn't always that easy to die.
Sarah? Sarah, what are you talking about?
Just promise me, darling. If anything happens, just keep on being my same loving, kind, gentle Alvin.
What crazy talk is this? I'm Alvin Freiberg. I'm 30 years old. If I don't know what I am now, I'm in sad condition.
I'm only thinking of the future.
Oh, the devil with the future. We're living now.
That's just the trouble, my darling. We're not. And I beg you, whatever happens, don't let anything change you between now and...
Wake up, Alvin. It's our stop. We gotta get off the subway.
But I already did. I mean when we stopped at 35th.
Come on, Alvin. You've been sound asleep since we left Manhattan. Let's get it out of the sling and on the way. What are you talking about you got off the subway on the way home?
I did, at 35th and Neely.
You got a hole in the head. You were asleep by 57th Street, Manhattan, and you never woke up till we hit Flushing.
I didn't get off and see Sarah.
Sarah?
My wife,
It was a dream, man. It was a dream. You were tired, you went to sleep, and you had a dream.
Oh, such a dream, Marv. You know, it was so real. Just like it used to be. But, hey, listen, I didn't get off at that station.
The train doesn't stop there, Al.
It did. In my dream. If it could only be like that.
Could I say something to you which is none of my business?
What, a friend like you could say anything.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah. That makes the two of us.
I think you should see a doctor.
What could a head shrinker tell me that I don't know already?
I didn't mean a psychiatrist. I meant a doctor.
Who needs him? I'm healthy. I could be if I had the chance.
I was thinking about, you should excuse the expression, your home life.
Yeah, you should excuse the expression, all right.
Alvin, you ever hear the French painter called Gauguin?
Yeah, sure.
You know what he did?
He went to Tahiti or somewhere, and he painted pictures.
Yeah, but first off, he was a banker, and he was unhappy. So he separated from his wife and just took off.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Yeah. Who likes Esther? Do you?
I'm married to her.
You were married to Sarah.
That was different.
Sure it was. Everybody loved Sarah. But Esther... Who likes Esther?
You gotta say it out loud. Not even me. I wish she was dead.
You don't have to go that far. Why don't you just walk out on her?
What would happen to Rebecca?
That's your problem? They're driving you crazy, the two of them. Rachel and me, we only live downstairs, and they're driving us around the corner. Why don't we all get out from under?
You're not going to renew our lease.
Al, I ain't talking as a landlord, but as a friend. Rachel and me, we can make out. But we want to save you.
From what?
We're almost home now. Take a good look at yourself. Do a little thinking. You got a ding-a-ling hung around your neck. I'm your buddy. Now, what else can I say?
Marv, I don't know what to answer you.
I don't blame you. I don't know how I had the guts to say all I said to you. Now, see you 7:30 in the morning. We'll walk to the subway.
After Marv went in, I waited a moment in the dark. Sarah. Or was it a dream? I had a crazy notion that grew more real as the pain in my chest started up again. That I could go back there. All I had to do was stop the train and get off at 35th and Neely. Except I had to fix everything right to leave behind. A man can't just walk out on everything like that fella Gauguin. He was a genius. I'm just a schlep. Yeah.
Alvin, you in there again? What are you doing?
I'm shaving.
10 o'clock in the night and you're shaving? I'm coming in.
So come in, the door's open.
What are you shaving this time of night?
Well, the morning traffic gets so heavy, I thought maybe I'd take a load off of it.
I don't understand you, Alvin Freiberg. Well, say something.
What am I to say? I don't think you ever did.
What?
You asked me to say something, I said it.
I didn't ask to be insulted.
Who insulted?
You said I didn't understand you.
Well, you think you do?
Oh, I certainly don't understand a man shaving 10 o'clock at night and tying up the only bathroom in the house.
I shave in the morning. I'm in the way, too. What should I do? Shave at the garment house?
You don't have to make a thing.
Who is making a thing?
You are.
I was just trying to make things easy.
Don't give me that, Alvin. You just try to make things a problem because me and Rebecca haven't ever been good enough for you.
Did I ever say that?
Well, it's what you think. Sarah, she was so great. Your first wife, nobody could live up to her.
You leave Sarah out of this.
Who brought her in?
I didn't.
Don't try to fool me. Ever since we were married, you compared the two of us.
Esther, that honestly is not true.
Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. I know what I know. And let me tell you something, Alvin Freiberg. Your first wife was a nothing. If you had stayed with her, you'd still be a gopher for Mr. Goldman, running errands, getting coffee, pushing dress racks, a 40-year-old office boy without my connections and my family, so don't you ever forget it.
That isn't true. I was a cutter before you...
Don't make me laugh. With that Sarah soft in the head about how great you'd be, she couldn't see a future in any dress cut. Alvin, don't hold that razor like that. Alvin, what are you thinking about?
Don't you ever mention Sarah's name to me again. Don't you ever...
Alvin, are you crazy or something? I was just trying to bring you to your senses. Now, don't take offense about Sarah. Sarah's been dead for 16 years.
Get out. Get out. Get out! You leave me alone. You and Rebecca, you leave me alone. Or I don't know what I'm going to do.
What are you, a crazy man or something?
Right at the moment, I'm yes.
What made you like this?
You and your nagging sister, you get out! For the first time in her life, Esther knuckled under to me. She fled from the bathroom in terror. And as she slammed the door shut behind her, I stopped in terror myself because I realized that I had advanced on her with the razor in my hand, held like a weapon. I couldn't kid myself that I didn't want to use it against her and her sister. And suddenly, all alone, I started to shake from head to foot. What had I become? Because I knew that I was near the end of control. And if something didn't happen, I would lose my mind, and destroy both of these women as surely as they had been destroying me day by day for the last 15 years.
The Wrong Marriage. Two selfish women driving against a quiet and simple man. The day-by-day deterioration of what had once been a human relationship is as devastating as the Chinese water torture, and as inescapable without violent reaction or some miracle to end it? Which is the deciding factor? I'll be back with that solution shortly when I return with Act 3. The dictionary definition of tragedy is the downfall or destruction of some great or noble figure because of some flaw or fatal weakness. But surely the fate of a simple man living a life of quiet and utter despair, misunderstood, unappreciated, and starved for a kind of love he had once known, is just as tragic. And when he finds himself with his back to the wall, how desperate might he become? Let's watch Alvin Freiberg, who might be you, or I, or any of us who sees no hope of escape. Let's watch him face his problem and find its solution.
The next day, I woke up early, even earlier than usual, with a gut feeling that I'd reached the end of my rope. Just like any other morning, Esther snoring like a walrus beside me. Same heavy feeling in my chest. Why should it surprise me? My heart was dead already 15 years. I turned off the alarm clock, checked the time automatically, and went into the bathroom. Half an hour early. I reached for my razor. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, what kind of a fool are you? You shaved already last night. Then I said to myself, Alvin, you know that. So what are you doing with a razor in your hand? I knew I didn't have to ask that question. I was desperate. Who was I kidding? I couldn't face another day the way I lived. Even without hearing them, Esther's snores were sounding in my ears. I could hear Rebecca's whine. What would she have today? An ulcer, arthritis, indigestion, a something which wouldn't have a name? Anything to drive her to a doctor so he could reassure her, or try to. And the razor would end all this. I was like a man walking in his sleep. With the razor in my hand, I walked into the bedroom.
Alvin, it's 6 o'clock. What are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep.
What's the razor for? You got 5 o'clock shadow in the morning?
That's the first joke you ever made.
Who cares about jokes this hour? What's the razor for?
What? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I forgot. I shaved last night, I guess.
Put it away and come back to bed, huh?
Yeah. Yes, Esther. I don't know what came over me all of a sudden.
Oh, just come back to bed and don't wake up the whole house.
I don't feel sleepy. Maybe I'll make a cup of coffee, huh?
I don't understand you. But do what you want. As long as you don't wake up Rebecca and me, I couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less. I don't understand you. It was all there in those 2 sentences. And the coffee was bitter, no matter how much sugar I dumped in, and so was my life. It's the way a good half of the world, maybe more, live. An hour and a half later, walking to the subway, how different could I feel? Except that Marv was a friend, and with him I could talk a little.
Hey, nice brisk morning, huh? Well, what's a good word?
You should know me by now. I wonder you even bother to walk to the subway with me.
What are you giving me, Al Freiberg? 25 years we're friends. Why would I walk out on you, huh?
I ain't the same man I once was.
Look, when was the last time you saw a doctor?
I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years.
You ought to have a checkup.
What for? Who cares? Anyway, my regular doctor died a couple of years ago.
A person our age should have a checkup once a year.
Stay alive?
What else?
Supposing you get to the point where you don't care, huh?
Oh, that pins it. I'm going to make an appointment with my doctor to see you.
Don't waste the time.
I'm ready to waste more than that. You'll see him if I have to drag you there. We'll go at lunchtime. Don't give me any arguments. I'll pay just for my own peace of mind.
Look, Marv, you're a good friend, okay? Okay. I'll see your doctor, but, he can't help me. And we got one thing straight. I pay. Come on, we're at the subway.
Would you get the ants out of your pants, Al? So we changed the Roney Plaza to a local. What are you going to do when you get to 35th and Neely?
I'm going to get off and go upstairs.
We get off, we could be late for work.
You don't have to come.
Listen, the way you're acting, as a friend, I wouldn't leave you for a minute.
I ain't got enough moxie to argue. Anyway, here it comes.
How do you know? I can't see.
I know. There, you see? We're coming into the station.
Yeah, okay, but we're not slowing down.
What? We gotta slow down. This is a local. Some train has got to stop here.
Maybe there's some other local, but this one isn't going to stop.
Marv, there is a station there, isn't there?
Sure.
It says 35th and Neely, don't it?
Yeah, that's what it says. Or said. We're already past it. For some reason, trains just don't stop there.
But I told you last night...
That was a dream, Alvin. I was standing right over you, and we passed right through as usual. You didn't get off. Nobody got off. Whatever this station is, there just isn't a train that stops here.
I didn't feel well that morning. My mind wasn't working properly, or I might have thought of calling the transit authority. But everything I did was automatic. I laid out my patterns, and then at lunch, I went to the doctor with Marvin leading me by the hand like I was a baby. It was nearly quitting time before I got back from the doctor, and Goldman was fit to be tied.
So, what are you going to claim now, Alvin? Seniority? You take almost the whole afternoon off without a word?
Well, I was to the doctor.
Doctor? You couldn't see him on your own time? Maybe it was your head that needed examining. Look what you did here. And your friend Marv already cut, so what can we do? I'm in the factor's hands already.
But what is it?
Mr.
Goldman expected 3 more dresses out of these bolts of cloth.
Didn't I tell you to skimp on the patterns?
Oh, I forgot.
You forgot? How could you forget with that?
Look, I'm sorry. I went to the doctor and
I don't need a doctor. You'll give me heart failure. The whole line is a disaster before we even cut one dress. I might as well end up in bankruptcy. Freiberg, you're fired. I don't want to see you again. You're lucky I don't fire your friend Schreiber.
Mr. Goldman.
Don't give me any arguments. All right. It's quitting time. I'm in enough trouble with the union to begin with, so let's close up. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, we won't open again. That's the way things are here.
Marv, I'm sorry.
Forget it. Let's have a fling. Heaven knows we need a lift. Come on. I'll buy you a drink at Levin's before we take the subway home. Well, L'chaim. I don't know what I'm wishing you good luck for, the way it goes.
That don't matter. I'll get the severance pay, some pension. And the beauty part, the insurance.
What insurance?
The life insurance. That should take care of Esther and Rebecca.
What are you talking about, life insurance?
You made me see the doctor, huh?
So? What did he say?
Well, I got a something I ain't sure I know how to tell you. Ventricular fibrillation. The doctor wanted I should go in the hospital right away.
So why didn't you?
Well, I ate up all the money in hospital bills. I'll go home, I'll rest. I haven't got a job anymore.
Rest with Esther and Rebecca?
I'll give it a try. Thanks for the drink. You wouldn't believe, Marvin, a glass of whiskey could make me feel so good. Come on, let's go home. Over Marv's protests, we got into the subway. I did feel good. Like I was young again. Like I didn't care. And I had this crazy idea I was going to try. Because the possibility to find out would never come around again. I'm not going to pass it ever again.
The subway don't stop at this station.
Why not?
What do I know why not? There's got to be a reason.
So how come the conductor doesn't know?
It's a brand new subway, Al. Call the transit system.
I never had the chance. Just the same, here it comes. 35th and Neely. This time I gotta know.
Alvin, wait.
I gotta know!
Are you out of your mind?
I gotta find out. Why don't the doors open?
You can't open these.
I'll get out between the cars.
Wait. Wait, Alvin, wait! Hold it, Alvin, hold it!
Just a minute, mister. What's going on here? You pulled the emergency brake?
No, it was my friend. He wanted to get off here.
Why?
I don't exactly know. Why doesn't the train stop anyway?
Well, there's nothing up there but mud flats and an old city dump.
Then what's the point of this station?
The city is filling in the dump. There's a big housing project going to go up there. Won't be finished for a couple of years, but they'll need to stop then. Come on, we got to pick up your kooky friend. He can't get out of here. It's all blocked up.
You going to arrest him?
Sure. He could have caused a panic or got a lot of people hurt. What's the matter with him anyway?
I don't think I could explain to you, officer. Except, it's his heart.
Hello, Alvin.
Sarah, you were waiting again.
Well, this time I knew what subway you'd be on. Come, my darling. Let's go home.
That's all I want.
That's what you got. This time, for good.
See? I told you there was no way out. Oh, what's he lying there for? He get fits or something?
No. He, just hasn't been well lately.
What? Hey, you ain't just whistling, Dixie. I'm sorry to tell you, mister, but your friend is dead. Heart attack, huh?
Yeah, something like that. I wonder.
What do you mean?
I hope he found what he wanted. And, for the record, guard, there's no doubt. It was his heart.
Tragedy, or something nearer to all of our lives. Escape. Death, of course, is always tragic. But if you have belief in something beyond, Alvin Freiberg, slippers on his feet, Sarah by his side, and something too delectable to name cooking in the kitchen for dinner, is a happier man dead than alive. I'll be back shortly. It was Elizabeth Barrett Browning who wrote, "I love you with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life." Alvin Freiberg could never have expressed himself so well, but beyond question, he felt as deeply for his Sarah as Elizabeth Barrett felt for Robert Browning. The quiet, unnoticed ones love as deeply and perhaps more securely than the great or famous. Let this be Alvin's epitaph and the end of his story. Our cast included Norman Rose, Nat Polen, Carol Teitel, and Bryna Rayburn. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.